High School Sports Live TV, in partnership with ABC 27 News, is proud to present the Middletown Lady Blue Raiders against the Lady Steel High Rollers. This broadcast is brought to you by our premier sponsor, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. And we take time right now for our national anthem.
Look, Ryan. Shh. Look over there. I see it. Is that what I think it is? That's a beauty. Wait, look. There's an even bigger one. Oh, wow. Shh. Oh, man. Don't worry, buddy. I know where there's a whole herd of them.
Hoffman has them, so be sure to stop by to save a lot of bucks.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
It's a battle of the neighbors here tonight at Steel High. Home of the Rollers has Middletown, the Blue Raiders, the Lady Blue Raiders, 5-9 overall, 1-4 in the Mid-Penn Capital Division, going up against the Lady Rollers tonight, 8-5, 4-4 in the Capital Division. Good evening, everyone. Gary Sutton, Charlie Fortney here with me, Todd McCall on the floor. And when you talk about this team tonight, Bianca Jasper is getting 15 points a game for this Blue Raiders team, and she really makes them go, Charlie.
She does. She's going to play some college basketball. She's really earned her stripes at Middletown over the years. She is accompanied by Nestor and Kate Fitzpatrick in the scoring column. They even have Jay Keller, a 6'2" young freshman that just her size alone will put pressure on the other team. Steel High tonight. Hopefully they can overturn that three-point loss to Steel High the first time around.
You look at Steel High tonight, Xavier Isom coming in, or Zaria rather. I shouldn't say Xavier, yeah. Zaria. Isom's a name a lot of people know around here from Penn State days. We'll talk more about that later on.
And that's Ray Isom's daughter, Zaria.
There you go. So 16 points a game for her. For a team that's averaging 60 points a game compared to the 45 for the Blue Raiders, that's going to be a big factor tonight for the Blue Raiders to have to overcome. Talk about Zaria Isom.
Zaria Isom, very versatile, long, athletic. 5'11", can do a little bit of everything. She's a hard matchup. But then there's also Kiana Chisholm, the junior, very power forward inside. She's another hard-to-guard type player. Steel High has an arsenal. Let's see what happens tonight here. I think Steel High at home has the momentum on their side, but let's see if Middletown can do something here.
And, of course, we said they beat Middletown the first time, 57-54. You look at the standings coming in here tonight. Camp Hill 7-1 leads this division. They have an outstanding season again. Milton Hershey 5-2, 2 back, and then you've got Westbury at 4-3, and then Steel High rolls in at 4-4, and of course Middletown pulling up at the bottom. Middletown would like nothing more than to stuff the Rollers right here at home. So it's going to be a good one tonight here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27. We're about to get this one underway. Let's head on down to Todd McCall here in just a moment, and we're all ready to go.
Todd?
Hey, we're real excited about this game. You know what? Here's what I like about this. Charlie, I love when we can throw records out. It's Middletown Steel High. It's neighboring school districts, girls, guys, doubleheader, advanced hoops, Friday night. What more would you want? Hey, not to mention, there's a path still worn out, Charlie, from where you used to walk back in the early days. I saw no grass is growing there yet from Fortney's feet on the early days of walking here to practice.
Well, it does bring pleasure to put Steel High on TV. And whenever we don't put them on TV, you hear it from the Roller faithful. So let's give those guys a little bit of credit for bugging us to do that.
Well, it's a great matchup here tonight. And like it's Army-Navy, Pittsburgh Ravens. Although this weekend, if you're a Pittsburgh fan, it's Pittsburgh-New England. And we're ready to get this underway right now as they'll jump it off. The Rollers in white and blue to your right, to your left. In blue and gold, the Middletown Raiders, and the Rollers control the tap.
Now, Zaria Isom showed her athleticism right away, jumping up for that jump ball. There's Kiana.
There it is, right inside. Great move on the block there by Kiana Chisholm. She's in for her first bucket of the game.
Well, Kiana Chisholm says, just keep giving me the ball. Still high in a 3-2. That's always a hard defense to play against. Let's see how Middletown handles it. They're doing a pass and cut through offense against it. Interesting. Post pass real low to Jay Keller.
especially a 3-2 where they trap on the first pass on the side, and that's exactly what they did there. It coughed up the ball for Middletown.
Yeah, Middletown's going to have to make an adjustment.
Nice dump inside to Isom. Not going to go. Yanked down by Middletown.
Fitzpatrick leading the way, gets it to Jasper.
Jocelyn Keller with a nice rebound there. Keller standing about 5'10". Long look outside for Middletown and buried off the bounce there by Michaela Neester.
That's the other scorer that Middletown relies on is Michaela Neester.
Actually, we're going to correct that. We'll say Michaela Nestor. How's that sound?
Nestor, yeah.
No matter what, heading to the line right now is Kayana Chisholm. She's a 59% free throw shooter for the year. The team, only a 52% free throw shooting team.
Well, tonight we have something to look forward to, fans. In the boys' game, Ryan Hughes, I believe it is, only needs 9 points to get 1,000. So here on High School Sports Live tonight, and we've seen it before, we may see a 1,000-point scorer here tonight, and a history be made for a young man from Middletown.
First foul is marked up there on. Second shot is up and good. And the first foul against Middletown.
Young lady bringing the ball up is Kate Fitzpatrick. This is a tremendous freshman point guard. We're going to hear a lot about her in the next 4 years.
Another look outside. Buried again. Same kind of look. Same kind of result. And Nestor 2 for 2 from three-point line. Middletown attacking. Has it knocked away. And diving for it on the floor and coming up with it is Nayada Henry. But not good enough as a possession on the jump ball is going to go over to Middletown. Into the game for the Blue Raiders comes Jordan Dupes. Anytime you have the name Jordan in basketball, you're starting out at the right place. 3-2 zone again. I always thought you attacked the 3-2 from the side, like that.
Well, with Nestor making 2 in a row there, I think you attack it by getting the ball to Nestor. 45% of Middletown's three-point goals this year is Nestor.
That's a pretty good look, isn't it? Well, she is the one you have to guard outside.
Jasper can score in a myriad of different ways. That's a nice pass by Jasper to Fitzpatrick.
Off the back of the iron, though, it goes. As Fitzpatrick had a pretty good look and then stolen back by Middletown, but a walk or a push. We're going to get a push on the other end. It's going to go against Isom, I think. Sarah Isom down there running back in transition. Check that. He said it'll be against Serenity Vidot. So 2 team fouls now against the Steel High Rollers, only 1 against Middletown. 6-3, Middletown leads early here. Let's head to Todd McCall. He's watching that 3-2 zone down there. Todd, what's going on with that thing?
Thing that Middletown's going to need to do. They knocked a couple down early, but they're going to have to run baseline, get girls overloads on one side to attack it, or else Stilton will be very effective in it.
Look like they're working pretty hard right now, Charlie, and trying to get the ball to Morgan Noon down there, but they haven't been successful so far.
Well, Morgan got a good pass from Fitzpatrick, but just rushed that pass, that inside out, and turns it over.
Jalen Keller checks back in for Noon, and so Keller a little bit more size, a little bit more wiry into the game now.
I like having Keller in the game just because that size, you can't teach it, and you got to shoot over it. Let's see how that plays out.
Steel High attacking the basket, though, but yanked back on down there.
Well, and Keller got a hand on that.
Nice touch pass back by Deuce, but make that by Fitzpatrick. Down on the other end, you quickly pay for it with a bucket from Serenity Vidot, her first deuce of the game. 6-5, Middletown leads it. Bianca Jasper had that great pass a moment ago. Jasper has not touched the ball yet except for that one pass. Jasper kicks it back, looking outside, not going to go. Pulled down by Steel High's Henry. Steel High's running and attacking again, and you're going to get a player control foul, I think. Good job again there by Jasper of taking the player control foul. And the foul is against Liana Borelli, and that's her second, and she handles the ball for the Rollers, so got to make a decision there. Head coaches here tonight, Ron Stetler Jr. for the Blue Raiders. On the other side, Jeff Chisholm. 2 state championships with the Rollers.
And those were the days of...
Good Isom fighting for the offensive rebound. Another offensive rebound, and the foul will be called as good job staying on the glass by Kiana Chisholm. Fouls against Keyser.
Malia Tate DeFreitas is responsible for leading Steel High to 2 girls' state championships. She stands alone on that scoreboard, 3,366 points. Almost averaged 1,000 points a season.
Now I see another name up there, Charlie Fortney. It says 14-14, huh?
Yeah, I think I got kicked down the list pretty far since the days of Steel High. Good rebound by Jay Keller. Very impressed with the freshman 6'2" post early on. Nice pass inside by Fitzpatrick. Freshman to freshman.
That's going to be off the Blue Raiders, out of bounds, and belongs to Steel High. Let's check in again with Todd McCall, who's roaming the sidelines here in Roller territory.
Well, we reached that little bit of law at 6'6". I like Middletown coming out man-to-man. I think that they can do some things with that. Again, Stilton missing opportunities inside, Gary. Some bunnies they've missed early on.
Really have. Long shot taken by Borelli. Inside it comes to Chisholm. Chisholm tries that little half hook. Not going to go. Blue Raiders will step out of bounds with it, I think. It should belong to Steel High underneath their own basket.
Jay Keller blocked a second block shot in the game. Again, you can't teach that height, guys. A freshman at 6'2", maybe even 6'3".
Over the top it goes, but stolen away for a moment, and Jasper has it. Tipped out of bounds. Will stay with the Blue Raiders on their own baseline.
Yeah, Bianca's trying to thread too many needles here. Just needs to be patient and make the sure pass.
Good pass, good score. You throw it where they can't get it. How about Jocelyn, Jalen Keller right up high, and she just took it. No one else could play.
Well, freshman to freshman there, point out. Fitzpatrick to Keller. 2 freshmen for Middletown doing the job there.
Back it goes to Chisholm. You might get another player control foul here, and Chisholm pushes, and that's exactly what the official calls.
Well, and that's what Kate Fitzpatrick does. She's smart. She uses her mind. She's a 5'5" point guard freshman guarding the 5'10" Kiana Chisholm, is one of the better power posts in the area.
So 8-6 right now. Middletown still leads. 3:28 to go here in the first quarter.
Can we talk a minute about the importance of having a point guard, a great point guard freshman, a big girl to go to, and some younger outside shooters? Middletown is really preparing for a great future.
And the ball pulled down by Nanette Henry to Borelli. Man-to-man by Middletown here. Inside it comes to Isom. Isom, good solid move there, but it can't get it to go. Ball batted around. Isom after it. Saves it. Chisholm, not going to go there. Chisholm again. One more time, Borelli. Will it go this time? You betcha. Borelli buries it.
If you get enough opportunities, law percentage is going to cash in after a while.
This is not a team that shoots a lot of threes during the year. They only have 23 made for the season. Make it 24 now with that first one by Borelli tonight. It's only her 4th the whole season. Bianca Jasper is going to be fouled by Isom. And for Isom, that's her first foul. It'll be the team 5th. Take a look at this. Here's Jasper making the move, and Isom just getting that leg over there in the way. No shot on the play.
Koser takes the shot, comes in for Middletown. Nice pass by Jasper.
Good try for the save, too, by Chisholm, but the ball will stay with the Blue Raiders. You got to love this old Steel High gym. This is one of the gyms that have stayed the same over the years, like the little gym that you always saw at every school. I coached at a place called Columbia down the river a little bit. You had Middletown, Steel High, Columbia, all river towns, and all these great little gyms that you played in all the time.
Well, and not every gym has all 4 sides with bleachers.
Right.
Really makes it nice when this place is packed. You can see to around 2,000 in here, from what I understand. From what I remember from all those days of being a Steel High player.
Little running one-hander pushed out by Steel High. Here's Borelli running with it. Borelli's going to pull up for the shot. And Borelli, hot, buries it.
That's impressive.
That was a nice little pull-up under control. She's got 5 points in this one. Steele Hines got the lead by 3.
Borelli is a catalyst, guys, for this team when she gets going. A spark plug.
She's going to get a chance here again. Oh, great pass. Great block. Bianca Jasper with a super block there in transition. Big play.
Jasper to Nestor, working well together. To Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick with a pretty good move right there, but not a real good shot selection.
Yeah, she forced that one. Jasper for 3.
And Jasper buries it. Her first look of the night. She's got the third 3 of the game for the Blue Raiders, and they've tied it up.
Well, and give Jake Keller credit for not only getting that steal, but making that assist for Jasper earlier.
And Keller right there again, tipping it away and getting it off to her teammate Nestor. Another look. Jasper downtown, not going to go. There's the Raiders get it again.
With a nice rebound.
There it is again, another one. Boom! Blue Raiders hot. Nestor with her third 3 of the first quarter. 9 points in the game. They're up by 3.
What a game. It's a fun girls game, I'll tell you.
They've got 61 threes for the year. You had the 3 tonight, or 4 tonight so far. They've got 65. Isom, turnaround jumper.
Tell you what, Jay Keller's presence. She's going up against a top senior basketball, Zaria Isom, in the area. And Zaria, you just can't shoot over and get a clear look at the basket against Jay Keller, freshman.
Well, she's an intimidating. She's long and makes herself, because she has that height, she's playing taller with her arms elongated. And you know what? Isham made a good, powerful, strong move. I mean, we even heard some oohs over here because it was such a nice move, but she, couldn't finish right there.
But so far in this game, 4 of 7 from the 3-point stripe for Middletown. That's keeping them in the game. 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Freshman Zaya Rory comes in for Steele High, a freshman. Coach Chiz going deep into the bench here.
So Middletown looking for the final shot here, down to 15 seconds. I always think teams go in too late on this. Need someone in the high post right now.
What about 8 seconds? Is that a good time, Coach?
I always say 11.
7.
I like it at 10, so we're all in the middle there.
There's a foul right there. Oh, they're going to say no, she stepped out of bounds. So there's that. If you go into 11, you're not rushed. There you start to rush, and you see the turnover that results as a result.
Guys, early on, just talking about crowd, you'd mentioned it.
End of the quarter, long look. Is it going to go? Oh, just missing, but it's 14-11 at the end of 1. Middletown leads it on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27. Back right after this.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law. But more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
At the Recycling Center, Dauphin County residents can recycle older broken TVs, computers, cell phones, laptops, major appliances, even paper.
The Recycling Center is conveniently located on Cameron Street in Harrisburg. It makes recycling fast, safe, and simple.
Stop by the Dauphin County Recycling Center today and help us recycle the right way.
14-11, Middletown leads, and here is one of the reasons why. Michaela Nestor, the junior, she hits 1 for a 3. How about this one? She says, I like that. I'll hit another one. This was earlier in the quarter. And, oh, yeah, I can go to the corner, too. Swing it all the way to the corner on the skip pass. Make that 3. She's got 9 points out of the team's 14 in the first quarter. And Middletown leads at 14-11. We start quarter number 2 here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27. There's a running one-hander by Steele Hine. Not going to go. Isom trying to save it. Throws it in, up, no good. Again, Isom gets it back, and Isom this time is going to be fouled by Jalen Keller. That's her first.
Yeah, I like it, though. Here's Keller just making the 16-point per game Zaria Isom work for everything.
Isom on the year, a 56% free throw shooter. She has not scored yet in this one. But her shot up and good here, so she's on the board.
Well, a great way to work yourself back in as a scorer is just get to that foul line. Emery Cook used to talk about that so much to our players when we were at Susquehanna Township together. Hey, get back in the groove, draw a foul, get to the foul line. And it's just enough sometimes to ignite a good player, Gary.
Up, second one, and good. And by the way, sneaky little move there by Ron Stetler Jr. See what he did? He kept Nestor on the bench and then just brought her back in. So if you're talking about how to stop her, all of a sudden you forget about that. Now he sneaks her back into the game. Cool little move there. You normally don't see that somebody that sharp. That was pretty good.
Coach Stetler talked about Middletown keeping it spread, looking high-low against 3-2 when they were talking. Also, he really liked the way his team was playing.
Hey, how about that effort by Fitzpatrick? Just keeping it alive there, getting inside. Little gal got in amongst the trees and found a way to try to score.
Yeah, and Kate Fitzpatrick didn't score in the first quarter, but having watched her play for several years, she will make her mark on this game, and that's just how she is. She's just she guts it out, and she's a gritty player.
Foul's going to be on Isaiah Rory, just into the game for Steel High. That's her first, team 7th. First shot is up and good. Fitzpatrick gets 1 out of 2. He's averaging 12 points a game this season, Fitzpatrick. Good pass underneath to Isom, but Isom makes her shot inside, her first bucket of the game. She's got 4. So Steel High has tied it up again, 15-15. An enjoyable game to watch here on High School Sports Live TV and ABC 27.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody anticipated how good this girls' game really was going to be. Good job by Keller, being a pivot in the post.
Fitzpatrick, good move to the basket. Having a little floating one-hand teardrop by the young lady, Katie Fitzpatrick, sliding on through.
You know, this game was settled by 3 points, 57-54 in that first meeting. So I think we were in for a great one.
Good kickoff. Not going to go. Rebound again. Isom just living inside there. And Isom now getting into the game. She's got 6 points.
She's finding a way to work around Jay Keller's size.
She scored 6 of the last 8 points now for Steel High. There's his, looking for another 3. Buries it. You can't let Nestor open. She's got 4 threes in the first half, 12 points, and Middletown back up by 3.
A nice pass by Fitzpatrick and Nestor giving each other a high five. Middletown seems to be playing well as a team together.
Inside to Isom. That one a tough pass to carry. There's Nestor with the rebound, then throws it off Steel High. It should belong to Middletown.
Jay Keller was tired, got a needed rest. I think that's why Isom was able to score on her. She just stopped really. She just ran out of gas, and Coach Statler recognized that. 6
turnovers so far for Steel High as Keller's going to sit down, and Morgan Noom will get back in for her. Steel High's been doing a nice job of really extending this zone out a little bit. But since they put somebody at the high post and attacked right there in the middle, they've been doing a much better job, they being Middletown. Look at Noon fighting for it. Noon keeps it alive. To Bianca, she can't get it. Yanked out again by Isom. Fight for it on the floor.
Wow.
Jasper's got it. Turns around, fade away, won't go. And finally, yanked down by Isaiah Rory.
She's a very talented freshman guard, and look at her in action right there.
Good fight there. Not going to go again. Isom forever inside there, fighting after the miss by Chisholm, and Isom's going to go back to the line.
A lot of good freshmen in this game.
Todd, Isom has that great ability to constantly work for position on the offensive glass and get the defensive position inside the offensive player.
Well, you guys see what I see then, too. I was thinking the same thing to myself. She's constantly in movement. She's physical. Don't be mistaken for that tall, Linder size. She's very physical.
So Isom is going to miss the first.
You know, there's football genes in there. Am I right, guys? So therefore, she's going to bring a physicalness to the game a bit.
A lot taller than Ray, though. I mean, she's 4 inches taller than Ray already. I don't mind putting him on the spot.
Talk about offensive rebounds so far. She has really controlled the offensive glass. 10 offensive rebounds for Steel High. 6 lead changes, 3 ties here in the first quarter. 4 out of 8 for the free throw line.
Wow, Bianca Jasper with the tip in. Nice vision by Kate Fitzpatrick. They extended out that 3-2. Kate hits Bianca in the back door.
Tough turnaround that time by Liana Borelli, and here's Middletown, and they're running. Fitzpatrick pushing the action there, but a little too much. In for Steel High is Nayada Henry. Back into the game, and she'll replace Kayana Chisholm. 7 turnovers thus far for the Blue Raiders. 4:26 to go here until the half. I'll remind you our Highmark halftime report coming up as Isom's going to miss it there, and then the fight for it. Walk on Steel High. Hey, Advanced Hoops will be hosting AAU tryouts starting this February. Tryouts will be conducted for 4th through 12th grade teams. Advanced Hoops will also be offering 3D for those looking to add new dimensions to their game this offseason. For more information, go to advancedhoops.com. Middletown with the 4-point lead and the basketball as Jasper will toss it over here to Fitzpatrick. Jasper gets jammed on that 3-2 trap. You got Nestor open outside. Instead, stolen away nicely by Borelli. Good kickoff by Borelli. Up, in. Nice job by Borelli to touch it off to Rory, who gets 2. Isaiah Roy with the first 2 points of the game. Jasper trying to earn a shot there. Long look. Outside. Not going to go this time. Then a loose ball underneath. Look what I found. Can't go. Pulled down by Rory again.
Tell you what, Isaiah Rory is inserting herself into this game. Barely on the stat report. How about Gary coming in this game, and she's got a key rebound right there. Nice layup earlier and a couple key drives.
Doing a nice job as they'll get Keller back in there for Middletown, along with Kozer. Jasper looking for that long pass again to Keller. This time stole it away. Steel High was ready for it. Borelli pulls up, jump shot, foul line, good. She is so good at that jump stop. That's her 7th point here in the first half for Borelli. Todd, it's nice to see someone who knows how to get that one jump stop, isn't it?
Oh, fundamental, especially 10 foot, 12 foot away. I thought it was lost in the game, but it's good to see it.
Keller couldn't quite get it. We're going to get a jump ball here, and it will belong to the Rollers.
Koser, Jocelyn Koser follows her shot. Shoots a 3, off a little. Love to see it. Follows her shot. Todd?
You know, that last shot Borelli scored, Jasper went down, and then no one picked her up. Everybody had their back to the ball, and Borelli saw that, came in and jump stopped it. It was just a good heads-up senior or leadership play.
There's Kayana Chisholm back into the game now for the Rollers. Last lead for Steel High in this game was 9-8 at the 2:43 mark of the first quarter. So they're trying to get their first lead since then. Right now, their possession under their own basket with 2:46 to go here to the half. Here it comes to Chisholm. Back into Isom. Isom, good move inside, and Isom earns the foul and gets Keller right on her back.
Keller has 2. Coach Stetler's going to have to get Noon in for Keller. But the freshman's done her job, making it real tough on the leading scorer for Steel High, making Zaria Isom earn everything.
There's Isom heading back to the line where she's 3 of 4 so far tonight, making 4 of 5 as she'll bury that one.
Nice crowd for a girls' game. It's gonna heat up tonight for the boys' game.
You know, Keller was a little frustrated, guys, on that last foul call because she thought she was straight up. She stood straight up, and she's coming to have to come to the bench, and I know she didn't want to come off.
What made that so good, I think, is Isom actually turned that into a foul. She leaned into her and got up before she really got set. So 9 points for Isom here in the first half. She's really made herself available in the second quarter.
Well, Isom does a really nice job drop stepping and spinning hard, too.
Jump ball remain with the Blue Raiders. I'm just so impressed. Isom's so wiry, and how well she works around the offensive glass.
Yeah. She has really been the difference in them taking back over the lead in this game. She's just starting to really get comfortable and assert herself.
Another steal. Borelli off to Isom. Isom in. Great pass by Borelli. Great 2 by Isom. Isom with 11. Give 2 in your heart, though, to Borelli on that pass. Great 2-on-1. So the biggest lead of the game so far here for Steel High as they're up 26-22. Good running one-hander, not going to go. The rim is cruel to Blue Raiders right now.
This is what Jasper does best. There's Koser.
Koser trying to get back up again. Noon has it. Back out, look out. Long three, downtown. This one's not going to go from Nestor. Steel High off and running again. Oh, what a pass for Borelli. Oh, just missed inside again. Going back up, you're going to get a foul call. Borelli is just doing a great job with the passes. Todd, you can see it right down there. They're coming right down your throat.
Good push, too, getting up and down the floor.
That'll be the second foul on Koser. Serenity Vidot at the line, a 45% shooter for the season. Pretty good right here. That didn't look like a 45% stroke, did it, Charlie?
No, she looked real confident. It's game time. It's TV time, baby.
Lights are on. Second one up. Both of them look pretty good. She's got 4 points.
Steel High has a nice new scoreboard.
And we got a nice timeout coming here from Middletown. It's 28-22. Steel High stretching it out on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Archie Smith. Fasten your seatbelt.
To become a top defensive player, you need proper lateral technique. The cone-to-cone lateral slide drill will help a player practice getting quicker. It's important to keep the feet wide while the player is in a sit-down position with the back upright. When sliding back and forth, avoid crossing the feet or bringing feet together. Big focus on short, choppier steps. The lateral cone drill is just one fundamental a player will learn in my class.
And that rim is going cold for Middletown right now. Their last score was at 4:37 of the second quarter, and Steel High, in the meantime, has gone on a 10-0 run. So the Rollers are doing exactly that right now, rolling.
Yeah, Middletown's living and dying by the outside. They're going to have to try to establish something going to the basket or finish some drives or try to get some sort of post play.
Don't forget, we've got our Harmonic halftime report coming up here. You need a big bucket here. It's a huge possession. And instead you get a push. Looks like it's going to be again on Chisholm.
Well, that's foul shots now. That's a one-on-one.
And check that. I've been correct on that. It should be Nyetta Henry will pick up the foul. That'll be her second. Team 8th for Steel High. At the line, Katie Fitzpatrick. She's 1 out of 2 so far tonight. Make it 1 out of 3. You're going to get another foul here, I think. Again, it's going to be on Henry. This is not a good trip down the floor for Nyetta Henry. That'll be her third foul here. They're going to have to get someone in for her, you would think, very quickly. And they do, and check it in for her will be Kelly's Flowers.
Coach Stetler trying to get Nestor and Katie Fitzpatrick just to make some good decisions and control the ball here down the stretch. A lot of missed foul shots from Middletown. Could be the difference in the game. Jasper and Fitzpatrick missing one-on-ones.
It goes to Noon. Noon looking. Got Nestor. Fitzpatrick, good.
The freshman, Katie Fitzpatrick.
Tell you what, she's having a heck of a game. Buries a big 3 right there to get their team back to within 3 with 1:09 to go here in the half.
It's all about winning for Katie Fitzpatrick.
A little 1-3-1 zone here. They coax Steel High into getting away from the post and going out for that outside shot. Ball will stay with the Rollers underneath their own basket.
I love the effort that Jocelyn Kauser, number 5 for Middletown's, bringing. Coach Stetler staying with her because she's gritting. She's getting after loose balls, guys.
The ball be inbounded here from Steel High. I've been impressed with Borelli tonight. Just the way she handles the ball and her team.
She's gritty.
Look at this shot. Maybe not quite the one you wanted. Good rebound by Chisholm. Going to get fouled on the play.
Well, and the Middletown girls are just trying to buy some time until Jake Keller can get back in that game in the second half. Right now, they're just undersized and the pressure's on them around the basket.
And the third foul on Koza now, so you're going to have to get someone in for him. For her, you would think. But at the line, it's Chisholm. For the year, a 59% free throw shooter. Up and good.
Kiana Chisholm, she's like an unsung hero type player. She does a lot of little things, strong body, high-level player, plays Team PA Showcase in the offseason. She just does little things on the court and uses her body very well. 2 big foul shots.
She has an interesting way of shooting her foul shot, but she gets those legs involved, and that's really saves her. She's 4 out of 5. Make that 4 out of 6 for the line tonight. 6 points in this one.
A lot of points scored in this game, 30-25.
And again, I think that favors the Rollers because they average 60 points a game, and you're right on that number here.
Yep.
Nestor up, good. Nestor, a little running one-hander that time. That's the first time she's gotten inside the three-point stripe. She's got 14.
Well, nice mid-range game. Real nice mid-range game.
Chisholm again. And Chisholm's going to get fouled. And the foul is going to be against Nestor. That'll be her first. Team 7th against the Blue Raiders. So at the line is Chisholm again. Take a look at this. They wanted backcourt, not going to get it because she never stepped over the line there. Good no call by the officials.
It's a big miss. Middletown has a chance to knot this game before half.
By the way, your officials tonight, Brian Kinney, Jack Tobias, and John Densler. Oh, a little overpassed. Got to get it up. 3 seconds to go. Bianca Jasper lets it go. Buries it. Banks it home. The bank is open. And Jasper gets it within 3. 30-29 here at the half. Steel High leads it by 1 on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends. But tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
The front is mostly masonry.
And then the masonry will meet the window frame. I think this project's really coming together.
Living Well with a Disability is a free source for anyone with any type of disability. We provide countless resources and endless opportunities to live your best.
I really am living well.
Call 1-877-2-LIVE-WELL to discover resources available for you.
Welcome back to our Highmark Halftime Report. Let's take a look at the Groff Tractor highlights here of the first half, and there were a bunch of them. I'll tell you what, a great game here as Steel High leads 30-29 at the half. And it all started with a 3. And a young lady named Miss Nestor said, I can bury it downtown, and that's exactly where she went. And then she gets it again, one play later, another 3 from down near Middletown on that one. But it's answered on the other end by Liana Borelli, who had a great first half. But then Nestor finds it another time, gets yet another 3. Good drive from Fitzpatrick. Liana Borelli, who is a great passer, dumps it off, and you get the easy bucket by Rory into the game. And then a steal by Steel High. Here comes Borelli again. Another touch. This time it's Isom going in for 2. Nestor kicks it off. hey, somebody else on the team can bury it as well, and that's Fitzpatrick with her first 3 of the game. And those are your Groff Tractor highlights here at the half. 30-29, Steel High leads it. When we come back, we'll check our Center for Independent Living halftime stats and more discussion before we get ready for the third quarter here at Steel High. You're watching High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
No regrets. If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened, at rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 717-731-1142.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers. All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law. But more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
At the Recycling Center, Dauphin County residents can recycle older broken TVs, computers, cell phones, laptops, major appliances, even paper.
The Recycling Center is conveniently located on Cameron Street in Harrisburg. It makes recycling fast, safe, and simple.
Stop by the Dauphin County Recycling Center today and help us recycle the right way.
Welcome back to our Highmark halftime report here at Steel High, where Steel High leads Middletown by 30-29 in a game that's seen 6 ties and 7 lead changes so far. Gary Sutton alongside of Charlie Fortney, Todd McCall with you here, and you take a look at our Center for Independent Living halftime stats. 6-1 in the three-point area. That was the good thing for the Raiders. 10-7 in the turnovers, not so good. 8 out of 15 free throws on the other side for Steel High, though. And Steel High getting inside, and Isom really has been controlling the paint so far. Todd, what did you see in the first half?
Well, I thought both teams were equally matched. I mean, to me, they looked like the leaders of the division. Now, both of them lost close games to Camp Hill. Here's what I'm thinking. Steel High, back to Ism continually. Let's feed the hot hand. And I'm telling you what, Nestor came in and did some nice things, big girl. But more importantly, Fitzpatrick making things happen for shooters. All you got to do is spot up if you're a Middletown Blue Raider.
Charlie, you know, it's been interesting. A tale of 2 towns, literally. Middletown and Steelton High Spire, actually 3 towns. But you look at what Middletown's been able to do. They decided to use the high post in that second quarter, and then they started to drive off that high post a lot, with Fitzpatrick making some things happen. On the other side, you got Isom, who's getting the ball inside. So it's inside for Steel High. It's outside for Middletown so far in this one.
That 15 trips to the foul line favors Steel High right now. And the fact that Middletown is down 1 and made almost like record-like 6 threes and a half, that doesn't look good for Middletown. Middletown's going to have to really find the hard way to score. They're going to have to really get some interior scoring, try to find a way to make it a little easier on themselves. Steel High can only do better if they knock down a few threes, but they're scoring the right way right now, and it still favors them. But Middletown, give them a lot of credit coming in here, and some of these girls just stepping up on the big stage.
Well, as a coach, Todd, you know you always want to try to beat the percentages, but when you're shooting like 6 threes out of maybe 13 efforts so far, and that's just kind of keeping you around. There's only one place to go in that normally. However, you get those girls the looks the second half, you never know. That's what makes a fun game out of this one. But as Charlie said, I think for Steel High, continue to just pound it inside. And I think Borelli is distributing the ball about as well as anybody on the floor.
Borelli is another person that you want to watch. Tonight, it's a tale of two very good point guards. Borelli's you're right, she's hard-nosed. She plays like a girl from a great Rivertown.
Yep.
We've been mentioning Rivertowns. I'm from a Rivertown, so you know what? It's Rivertown pride tonight. Can I say that, Coach Sutton?
No, you can. And, Bianca Jasper waiting to get into this game, too.
Yeah.
I mean, she really had a tough bucket there at the end of the half, but she dishes it out. She likes to kind of wiggle through the lane there, and I'm looking maybe for her to get a little bit more involved inside the second half.
Well, at the end of the half, she asserted herself. Probably should have had a three-point play there, but I believe Westchester bound is where I heard she's going to college. So, I believe the second half would be key if Bianca Jasper could step up and score a few more of those points and help them out.
And we're just getting started here tonight. This is game number 1 out of 2, and it's all right here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27. We'll come back with the start of the third quarter right after this.
This looks...
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
The Brenner family of dealerships gives you better pricing, better customer service, better selection, and a better service department for the life of your vehicle. We'll show you how at Brenner Chrysler Jeep, Brenner Nissan, and Brenner Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. Serving Central PA for over 95 years.
And just underway to start the third quarter. Ball's going to be thrown away by Steel High. And you missed Katie Fitzpatrick getting a little inside offensive rebound and then a little tip shot in. She's got 8 points. And 31-30, Middletown has grabbed the lead here to start the third quarter on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27. Gary Sutton, Charlie Fortney, Todd McCall with you and our whole Invicta crew. There's a 2-3 zone now by Steel High. A little change.
That pass was there about 3 seconds ago.
Turnover, and Henry got a hold of that, and if that's the foul, I think it is, that's going to be on Keller.
If I were Stetler, I might just run with Jay Keller for a little longer.
3 fouls here just right at the start of the quarter, and Stetler's looking over at her and kind of trying to decide whether to replace her. He says, no, I think I'll stick with her. I heard Charlie Fortney up there saying that. I think we'll just go home with her.
Might want to just keep Jay away from Zare and just sit in the middle just to be a presence.
There it is. Borelli again. Borelli downtown, and she is having a great game.
Now she has their only 2 threes tonight.
She's got 10 points in this one. Trying to get into Keller, and then up on the second shot. Not going to do it. Keller gets her own rebound. Keller back up. Going to get a walk here because she went up and down. Yep.
You know what? You know, the young lady has a lot of work to do, but man, she's persistent. And boy, rebound after rebound.
Well, and the thing she does really well, Todd McCall, is she keeps the ball high, and that's a great start for her. She learns the good moves around the basket.
You know, and she keeps the ball high, and I'm with Chris. I'm with Middletown head coach, who is a big man. So we're just talking about the fact that the potential. Well, she's playing against a great girl inside, too, but Nestor's got so much potential. I don't know, the walk, I'm not sure. You had a better angle, guys.
And there's Isom right there, living in the inside again. She's got 13 in this one. Fitzpatrick downtown. This one's not going to go. Picked off there by Chisholm on the rebound, and Steel High moves it up court. They're back up by a 4-point lead here. Borelli inside again. Who's she getting? Isom, not going to go.
That's where Jasper has to finish.
Jasper pulls up.
She should have got to the hole on that one.
And she had plenty of room to drive it, didn't she? Good save by Jasper. Bianca Jasper, nice little move. Teardrop, hangs on the rim and just goes over the top. So Jasper getting a little bit more involved here in the third quarter.
Yeah, she's better going to the hoop. The outside J is not her game. Getting to the basket, like right there, that stuff around the basket's all Bianca Jasper.
Jasper with 9 points in this one so far. Look at her. She's everywhere.
Look at the balance and coordination she carried. And credit Jay Keller for making that happen as well there.
To Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick running one-hander again. Not going to go. Yanked down again by Nayetta Henry.
Middletown hanging around.
35-33. The Rollers up by 2. Borelli.
Jay Keller, look at her.
But Keller just played great defense and knocks it away for her team, and they're going to get the ball back. Chance to tie it up or take the lead. Back to that 3-2 again. It's a wide 3-2.
Man-to-man by Steele High. Let's see how Middletown handles that.
Borelli almost with a steal, then taken back by Fitzpatrick. Throw it back out. Jasper's got it. Fitzpatrick's got a look. Buries it.
That was a great pass and penetration by Bianca Jasper to recognize Katie Fitzpatrick was wide open in the corner.
11 points now for Fitzpatrick, her second 3 of the night.
How about what we're seeing on advanced hoops? Just lately we've seen some freshmen, sophomore steps up. She's playing a lot older, guys.
Timeout on the court. We'll take one as well. It's a 1-point lead for Middletown on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Let's go to Todd McCall down on the sidelines after that timeout. Todd, what do you got?
Here is just continually keeping the offensive spread, penetrate, shooters be ready, was the Middletown. Just, the skipper in the huddle just talking about just getting the ball moved, stay spread, stay calm. I mean, you hear that a lot in the huddles.
Don't forget to check us out at hsslivetv.com and Twitter at HSSLive. 10 lead changes in this one so far. Still 4:28 to go in the third quarter. A long way to go. Into Isom. Isom just controlled the middle, but yanked down again by Keller.
Very impressed with Keller.
It's Fitzpatrick. She's the one I'm really impressed with tonight on Middletown, and she makes it happen as she drives hard to the basket. She's a little jitterbug there going down the lane.
Katie Fitzpatrick knows how to use her body well and does it right there. She hasn't been doing well from the foul line tonight. But
Vidot called for the foul, her second, team first for the Rollers in the second half. So Fitzpatrick back at the line. Up and good.
She made the adjustment. First half, she was high off the back of the rim. Now she's finding her mark.
It's 12th point in the game. She's 2 out of 4 so far for the charity stripe. It's going to be a fun Middletown team to watch in coming years, I'll tell you what. Right now, they're a fun team to watch. 13 points in the game now for Katie Fitzpatrick.
It's amazing. Bianca Jasper's guarding Kiana Chisholm, and Steele High's not going to her. The size difference of the post inside.
Pulled down by Nestor.
Steele High needs to take advantage of those mismatches on the size inside.
Here it is, another look. Oh, and fouled at the 3. Was let go by Fitzpatrick, and the foul, I think it's going to be on Serenity Vidot.
Middletown could really put pressure on Steele High by just getting a bigger lead from foul shots here. That's 3 foul shots for a hot Katie Fitzpatrick.
Yep, she is a hot hand for this team at the moment.
Guys, one of the things you see with the Rollers right now is you're starting to see some pulling down on the shorts. They're a little tired. The bench is short. They're playing 6. Really 5, iron 5 mostly, Gary. And you're starting to see that a little bit, the legs.
Never fouled a 3-point shooter, though, right?
And you know what happens when you get tired? Those are some of the plays you make.
And you got a sizzling hot hand here. She's made her last 4 in a row, has Fitzpatrick.
There's a lot of schools in this area would like to have a point guard like Katie Fitzpatrick.
She's looking for point number 16 right here. Having a great game. And man, we jinxed her. 4 out of the last 5 instead, but a 5-point lead now for Middletown. Borelli trying to make it go for her team, and Borelli just continues to drive that middle. She is so good in transition.
She is.
Just being nice and smooth coming down the court, Todd. You're seeing it on the floor level.
I am, and you know what? You also, every time she makes a play, she's talking to her players. She's telling them where to move. She's just a floor general.
That foul on Fitzpatrick will be her team second of the second half. Chisholm, nice move, turnaround. Not going to go.
Come on, Bianca.
I think Chisholm was a little surprised she got it there, guys, and wasn't quite ready and set to make a move.
Goes with a nice rebound. Fitzpatrick keeps on coming. Good block. Nice job by Isom. Then taken back by Bianca Jasper. Up. Not going to go. Rolls out cruelly on Fitzpatrick and pulled down by Chisholm.
I'd say Bianca Jasper just knows how to get people the ball in scoring position.
But Borelli gave a great pass right back to Nyetta Henry. And Henry says, I'm sorry, I should have had that one. 5-point lead here for Middletown. 3:19 to go in the third quarter. First of 2 tonight on High School Sports Live TV. Back it comes to Henry. Henry with a nice drive draws the foul. Looks like Steel High just saying the second half here. Let's try to drive to the basket. If we miss it, it'll get cleaned up by Isom, Todd.
Well, that's exactly right, and get to the foul line and get an opportunity. But they have to be aggressive like this. They have to go in, and they have to draw fouls on the big girl as well.
They forgot about what they were doing in the first half, getting it to Isom, getting it to Chisholm. That's their strength. Right now they have guards guarding either Kayana or Kazaria, depending on the matchups in there.
Keller with the 4th foul. She goes out, and Noon is back in for her. There's 2 young Roller fans watching the game on High School Sports Live, HSS Live TV.
Playing iPod, playing Miss Pac-Man or something. I think that's what they're doing.
Uh-huh. I'm going with a positive look there. They're looking at the game.
Rory's tough.
Good kickoff. Not going to go. Rebound, back up. Isom can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound by the Rollers.
Henry.
There's Borelli. Borelli lets it go. Not going to hit anything. Another save by the Rollers, this time picked up by the Blue Raiders, and they're running. Nestor on the other end.
Well, that was like Koser to Fitzpatrick to Jasper to Nestor. That was like 4 assists in one play.
Jasper, a great assist there. 16 points for Nestor in this one.
I mean, it's kind of hard to believe as you watch this Blue Raider team.
Another 3 look. This isn't going to go by the Rollers. Knocked out of bounds off the Blue Raiders. Should be Steel High's ball.
It's hard to look at this Blue Raider team. You know it's youth. One of the reasons to look at them, and they're 1-4 in the Capital Division and 5-9 overall. They're playing much better.
Flowers is back in there now for Henry. She'll check out for a moment. Inside it goes to Isom, but a push from behind.
I'll tell you what, Zaria Isom's getting Middletown's front line in foul trouble.
She's just wearing them out down in there. And I'll tell you what, Borelli and the other guards are helping by the drives. See there?
That's a charge that they missed there by Chisholm.
And you get the missed shot, but it'll come back to Isom. Here it is again. Chisholm can't get it to go. Noon with a big rebound.
Yeah.
That was just kind of a gimme that. Jasper through. Scoops it up underneath, and Bianca Jasper in for 2 more.
That finger roll, that reminds me of Dr. J finger roll right there.
She's got 11. Fitzpatrick's got 16, and Nestor's got 16. And the Rollers taking some tough shots right now as the shot is back up and good off a good save that time by Chisholm.
Good timeout by Coach Stetler.
We'll take one as well. It's 44-37. Middletown leads on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
The Brenner family of dealerships gives you better pricing, better customer service, better selection, and a better service department for the life of your vehicle. We'll show you how at Brenner Chrysler Jeep, Brenner Nissan, and Brenner Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com.
It's better, Brenner.
Serving Central PA for over 95 years.
Welcome back. 44-37. Middletown leads it here. 1:55 to go in the third quarter.
Still high out in a man-to-man. I think this favors Middletown.
Fitzpatrick along the baseline is going to draw the foul.
I think it favors Middletown because Nestor, Fitzpatrick, and Jasper, that three-guard attack that can go one-on-one, Still High can't match up with that from top to bottom.
43 out of the 44 points so far have come from those three, with Jasper, Nestor, and Fitzpatrick.
Middletown's 4 for 10 from the two-point field goals this quarter.
Fitzpatrick has missed her last two now from the free throw line. She's got 16 in this one. You're going to miss this one, though. Number 17 in the book now for Katie Fitzpatrick and her team up by their biggest lead of the game, 8 points.
How's that for being nervous on High School Sports Live?
There it is. Boy, I'll tell you what, talk about restoring order for the Rollers. Borelli just super tonight. $11 points for Borelli in this one.
That's a 2-3 extended.
They're going to trap right in the middle. Yep, they're going to trap right in the middle of the court. Fitzpatrick again. Is she still hot? Not this time.
That's a sign that she might need about a minute or two break. Her legs. That's one thing about Middletown. They don't go too deep at the guard spot. Those girls track a lot of miles.
Here come the Rollers. 1:04 left here in the third quarter. Borelli looking for Isom. Finally gets her. Isom gets a good. Got 3 seconds on Isom in the lane.
She was in there for a while, Gary. I was wondering, that something hasn't been called all night, but they got her that time, and you can hear the Middletown crowd. They were happy, like, finally, they're yelling.
She had 3 girls surrounding her that time, and she still managed to somehow get a position, but maybe it's by keeping in the lane too long, right? Here's Middletown. Nestor back in the middle. Nestor's not going to get it. Pulled down by Chisholm.
Middletown doesn't need to shoot it that quickly. I think that's what they need to understand.
With Borelli right down the lane. Borelli dumps it off to Isom, and Isom not going to go. Pulled down by Bianca. Little French pastry there on the move. Nestor up. Not going to go. Yanked down again. I'll tell you what, Bianca Jasper is everywhere on the court right now for Middletown. It's going to go off Middletown, though. Lead down to 6. 15.6 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Katie Fitzpatrick got hit in the face there. She's squinting, trying to get a rebound there. She goes for every ball. Watch her get hit there. Yeah. Oh.
What a dump. Great job. And a little pick and roll there. Isom again, and she's going to draw the foul off Fitzpatrick. Great pick and roll as Borelli ran it that time. Down the lane with Isom. Perfect call, Todd.
It was. I was just going to add to what you said. Nice pick and roll. And is there anyone on this court that works harder than Isom, though? I mean, she really gets after it.
Yeah, Borelli, I'll tell you what.
Well, Borelli as well. I mean that, too. But
what do? You get your 2 best players involved. Your best outside player, your best inside player is Isom. Good again from the free throw line.
And guys, I want to talk about something. You guys mentioned crowds, and Charlie mentioned 2,000 coming in. We're starting to pack it in here tonight. One of the things that I like is the double hitters. Guys, girls, double hitters bring that crowd. I wonder if sometimes PIAA or high schools can't look more at this kind of setup.
13 points now in the game for Isom. 4 seconds to go here in the third. 5-point lead. I'm a little surprised Steel High's not coming down, and I'm a little surprised Middletown's not hurrying up, but with only 2 seconds to go. I think everybody kind of lost track of the time there. It's 45-40. We head to the fourth on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
5:40, we head to the fourth for Middletown. By the way, Advanced Hoops will be hosting AAU tryouts starting this February. Tryouts will be conducted for 4th through 12th grade teams. Advanced Hoops will also be offering 3D training for those looking to add new dimensions to their game this offseason. For more info, go to advancedhoops.com. We head to the fourth quarter here, and I'll tell you what, a whole lot of people could be the Hoffman Ford player of the game in this one. Todd McCall's down there. Todd, Who would be your vote right now?
I think there's so many guys right now. I'm going Borelli if Stilton goes on to win it. Middletown, I've got a toss-up right now. I think some of the little things that Fitzpatrick does as a point guard and the outside shooting hot when it comes to Michaela.
I like Borelli and Isom for Steel High so far, and I really like the triumvirate of Katie Fitzpatrick, Bianca Jasper, and Nestor.
Nestor, that's it, yeah.
There's one lady that's going to work all night on the glass. She got 15 in this one. Isom brings her team back to within 3.
Great pass by the freshman, Isaiah Rory dropping it off. That was tremendous play. I tell you what, I would play her more if I was Coach Chiz, man. When she comes, it's positive.
Middletown 5 out of 7, by the way, in that third quarter from the free throw line. That means they were doing a lot more driving, a lot more getting to the basket than they did in the first half. They also out-rebounded Steel High 9-8 in that quarter, and only 1 turnover.
That was a short break for Fitzpatrick. They got her right back in. Another ball handler for Middletown.
Yeah, they can't really have her out right now. 3-point lead.
Watch a 3 come right back to Fitzpatrick. They're not watching her. Oh, they did get on her. There you go to Jasper.
Good pass into Noon, but it's not going to go. Middletown has never been able to really establish the inside game, but they're too big so far tonight, and that's been the missing component. You've got a young lady who's a freshman learning her way around there, and she comes back in. That's Keller.
I think what would help it if Jasper would just keep it and use her penetration skills. That would really help them because they need her to score going to the basket, Jasper.
We saw him toss to Keller again. She kept it high, but not able to score. So here comes Steel High. Chance to tie it right here. Up. Not going to go. But there's Isom again, and she draws the 5th foul, and that's going to be it for Keller.
That's tough when you're big. You're a target.
Coach Stetler threw the dice and lost, and Keller's going to leave the game right here. And once again, it's Isom, and you said it the first half, Charlie. She has just worn out the front line of Middletown.
Yeah, she has. And credit Jake Keller, who's coming out with her 5th foul, freshman. The fact that she was that important that they kept trying to get her back in. She was making such a difference on the court. You're not going to finish every play when you're a post that big as a freshman, but just the signs of her potential. 17 offensive rebounds for Steel High. That has been a difference here tonight.
This free throw here by Isom. Isom was 16 in this one so far.
Showing some signs of fatigue there.
I think that's 17 now for Zaria Isom. Pulls her team to within 2.
Middletown needs an answer here. This feels like it's starting to move Steel High's way.
They put that high post in the first half, Todd, but here they're running just a little bit of motion against it. There's the high post. As they bring Jasper in there, they just float one of their guards in there a lot, and that really helps to take the pressure off the outside game. There it is again. High post. Going to get a good look from Jasper. And there it is. Using that high post, Jasper gets the 3.
And that's a part of her game we haven't seen tonight. When you're talking about player of the game earlier, I immediately thought of Bianca. I know we didn't mention her because of scoring, but she does little things. She can make a few more baskets like that. That really would help.
She's got 14 points. She's off and running here. 2-on-1. Jasper forces the issue. Jasper up, in. Yes. Jasper with 16.
That's what your senior leaders do.
And Todd McCall, she could be in the discussion for player of the game as well very, very easily.
No doubt about it, especially as she's elevating her game here in the second half.
Little run there by Chisholm. Not going to go, but you're going to get a foul called on somebody underneath.
Katie Fitzpatrick takes a beating for the team. I don't know if we have a replay underneath, but, man, she took a beating, got the foul call.
And that was on Isom.
Watch this here. Little Katie for number 4. Just keep her eyes on number 4. She just gets tackled.
You can see there's... That's not the hardest foul call you're going to have to make this year, Todd McCall.
Yeah, I mean, man, oh, man. That's a tough one. You know, there's a lot of intensity in the game and physicalness tonight in this game. A little bit unexpected tonight. Both teams going at it. Hats off to both of them.
You set it up tonight. Throw away the record book because this one was going to be a war, and it has been that. There they are back in the middle again. This time, Nestor can't handle it. Steel High is going to get it back. Down 7, 5:55 to go. Oh, and you got to call a foul there. Borelli forces the issue, draws the foul, and heads to the line.
It was 45-43. We were talking a few minutes ago about, Middletown needs an answer. Bianca Jasper, 2 baskets in a row. So that's what senior leaders do. So let's keep an eye on that as we talk about the Huffman Ford
Absolutely.
player of the game.
Or this young lady who's been there all night long. How about Borelli? $13 points for Borelli, looking for number 14 here.
She is. She's been a fire plug tonight.
Very under control, great looking shot. 14 points for Liana Borelli for Steel High. Now here comes that 2-3 trap where they try to trap you in the middle of the floor.
Middletown doing a good job of trying to. Jasper's quarterback in this.
Fitzpatrick's got a look. Is it going to go? No, off the front of the iron. Tapped around. Isom over the back, not going to get it. And then tipped off Middletown, but after it had already gone out of bounds, if it said, no, it's Steel High off them.
I don't know if we have a replay, but the ref says she didn't touch it. He was right there. Let's check out the replay.
Wow.
Ooh, it's hard to see from that angle, but that's okay.
May have already hit the line. I think that's what he was saying. Back to Jasper it comes. 5-point lead. Middletown leads at 5.5 to go in this one.
Jasper knows how to bait him in, draw him in.
Get Nestor. And there's a timeout over there on the side as Ron Stetler didn't like the way things were going, but he didn't get to see the exclamation point there. We'll take one as well. 50-45. Middletown leads it on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Gerald Jarman, former Division I point guard from the University of Richmond.
The figure 8 cone drill and drill is a great drill to teach players how to cross over right and left as they go around the cones in a figure 8 pattern. This also teaches a player to hook the ball right and left as they go around the cone. These skills in a game speed motion will help a player develop control and speed in the open court. The most effective way to execute this drill is to time them in 30-second intervals so they push themselves at a fast pace. This is a key drill I teach my players in my crossover intensity class.
To Steel High School here where it's 50-45 and game number 1 tonight. Todd McCall, Charlie Fort, and Gary Sutton. Let's get down to Todd McCall, who's on the floor during the timeout.
Well, I was in timeout. I was in the Raider huddle, and they're looking to try to set a set play up. It looks like they're trying to get Nestor an opportunity at maybe an outside shot here.
She has not shot a three-pointer here in the second half. So, in fact, she's only got one bucket in the second half. She had 4 threes in the first half. Charlie, what are you looking for here from the Rollers coming out of their huddle?
You know, they got to put the pressure on. They got to try to pound it inside and put pressure on the foul-prone Middletown team around the basket and just try to grind it out here tonight.
Don't forget, we've got our OSS Health post-game report coming up after this, and we're looking for our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. And what about your Hoffman Ford player of the game? All that yet to be decided. Fitzpatrick. She's got the three. No. Chisholm yanks it down. Good defensive rebound by Chisholm. Looked like she was going over the back, but pulled it off. Borelli looking for Isom. Oh, driving to nowhere, but there's Isom again, cleaning it up, and Isom puts it home again. She has been dynamite on the offensive glass.
It's another possession where I think Middletown needs the answer. Still high. There's some momentum coming their way. Who's going to be that answer?
19 for Isom in this one. Trap on the side, nowhere to go. Doom gets it to the corner. Bianca Jasper up. Jasper draws the foul, and it's going to be against Isom, I think.
I'll tell you what, if Bianca Jasper can keep doing things like that at the end of this game, that's a player of the game type of performance.
Third foul on Isom. Fifth foul on Steel High at the line for 2 is Jasper. 16 make it 17 now for Jasper. That's her first time at the line tonight. She'll get another.
It's a big answer here for Middletown. We're getting down that point in the game where 2 more minutes and you're stalling if you're up 4 or 5.
Pulled down by Chisholm. Borelli. Tell you what, Borelli has been the answer in full court. Liana Borelli beats the defense back down.
She is the player of the game for Steel High if they go on to win this, just because of plays like that.
She's got 18 points in this one. Not a good shot that time. Here it is. Jasper up. Jasper can't get it to go, and another rebound for Steel High and a foul on the play as it was yanked down by Nyada Henry. So a 2-point lead, the 7th foul. We're going to head back to the end. 1-1 coming up here for the Rollers.
Favor Steel High that every foul that happens from here on out is foul shots.
Henry only a 28% free throw shooter. First time to the line tonight. She's a sophomore, by the way. We've seen a lot of good-looking sophomores and some freshmen on the floor here tonight. Henry, not going to go.
That's a tough miss.
So here come Middletown now. 2-point lead, ticking down to 4 minutes. Steel High aggressive out of that zone. Fitzpatrick trying to find a place to go. Kicks it to the corner. Jasper. They've got Nestor standing right out there at the top of the key, wide open, but instead of foul is going to be called against Borelli.
Fouls are adding up for Steel High. One more. Middletown Lady Raiders are in the one-on-one as well.
So for Borelli, that's going to be her third foul now. 3:50 to go in this one. A precarious 2-point lead for Middletown. Remember, they're 1-4 in the Capital Division. Steel High 4-4. Steel High won the first meeting. Just a quick push that time from Nestor. Didn't take her time. Rebound Chisholm.
Yeah, Middletown doesn't need to force it, nor does Steel High.
Yeah, a quick pass there by Borelli. You know, I often said, Todd, if you're going to throw a great pass, you better have a great set of hands ready to catch it, right?
Right. Sometimes Borelli throws a real hard baseball pass. Sometimes she's kind of close, and the girls have a tough time handling it. Long court-wise, it's worked, but short court, it hasn't.
I think that's one of her first mistakes all night long. She's been dynamite this season handling the basketball. Only 4 turnovers this half for Steel High. Another quick shot for Middletown. Downtown buries it.
Wow, the game started with Nestor, and it's ending with Nestor.
Nestor with 5 here in the second half. She's got 19. Dumped off to Isom, out of the bounds off Middletown, but 5 threes in this one from Nestor, and that's the first she's had a look at a tray the whole second half. Todd?
Yeah, Nestor's hot. Did you see how quick her release was? She was ready for that ball to come out, and she got that thing flying off the hands.
It was a little too quick on the last 2 deuces that she had. Borelli looking to create. And then another turnover here for Steel High, and just like that, Middletown's back up by 5 here, and only 2:59 to play. Boulders head back into that 3-2.
See if Middletown stays patient to bring Steel High out of this, because they really don't have to shoot.
There's Nestor again. Gets it back out of there. Good choice by Nestor. Decides I'm going to go to the basket hard. How about Nestor all of a sudden take it over here at the end?
Tell you what, she's sealing the deal for Middletown.
7 points in the second half for Nestor. 21 in the game. Talk about another person for the player of the game. And yet Borelli comes back. She's been tough all night. Draws the foul.
All the girls on this Middletown team have played an intricate role. Noon battling inside. Keller, the freshman, making it tough on Isom. Jocelyn Kozer's just grittiness out there. And then Jasper, Fitzpatrick, and Nestor. Any one of them could be player of the game. I like Jasper because she navigated the team from the ball. She got her teammates the ball in a lot of positions to score.
Second one is up. This one's no good. 17 points in the game for Borelli. And it'll be another foul against Steel High. Steel High, 13 out of 26 from the free throw line here tonight, 50%, which is a little below where they've been for the season at 52. So here's a big chance for Middletown right now as Noon heads to the line. She's only a 37% free throw shooter. See if she can beat the percentages here. How about that? That one came down wet.
She's on TV, folks. You know, we've seen a lot of things happen on High School Sports Live. When they're on TV, the stars start aligning.
It's Friday night. You're at home or away on the road. You got it on TV. You got to make them happen.
Did you beat the percentages again? Yes. No. That one didn't hit anything. But she got the one, which makes it a 3-possession game here. So you start counting possessions. Still a lot of time in this one, 2:29. And now Middletown picks up full court man-to-man.
When they have Nestor face guarding Borelli.
How about free throws today from Middletown? 8 out of 16. They're only at 50% too.
Double teaming Borelli.
There you go. That little press got him a turnover. Now you can start playing the clock a bit, slowing it down. Fitzpatrick says, why not? Go in for another one. Fitzpatrick answers. Katie Fitzpatrick in the door again.
Wow, very crafty with the ball. They didn't need a shot. but they got one.
18 points for her. Foul's going to be called. Steel High will head back to the line with Serenity Vidot. She's 2 out of 2 there so far tonight. Biggest lead in this one for Middletown was 44-35. That ties their biggest lead at 59-50. Vidot up good.
Our stats coming from Jim Gallagher, our man. He's always giving us some good tips to keep us on our toes here. There's Isaiah Rory checking in behind the new check-in table sponsored by Huffman Ford. Willie Slade wanted me to mention that tonight. Their appreciation for Huffman Ford and all the support they do for the school.
I want to thank Ryan Shipper, too, our promo guy, who also gets all of our things done here. He's fantastic. So 1 out of 2 at the line. And now you got an 8-point lead and a timeout. Or is it? Timeout. Coach Chisholm will take one as well. 59-51. Middletown leads at 2:01 to play in this one. It's High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
No regrets.
If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 717-731-1142.
Welcome back to Steel High, 59-51 here as we head to the fourth quarter. By the way, Advanced Hoops will be hosting AAU tryouts starting this February. Tryouts will be conducted for 4th through 12th grade teams. Advanced Hoops will also be offering 3D training for those looking to add new dimensions to their game this offseason. For more info, go to advancedhoops.com or call 717-657-2620. We're in the final 2:01 of the fourth quarter in this one. Middletown leads at 59-51. They lost the first time around to Steel High, 57-54, and this has been a barn burner. Todd McCall, you were down there. What's going on?
Well, I'll tell you what. I was in the roller huddle. They want to press. They want to get up and down. They're going to use their fouls wisely, Coach asked.
Well, Jasper is just the person you want to control it here. She and Fitzpatrick for Middletown. They're going to spread it out a little bit here. Here's Fitzpatrick. You don't really need a shot right now. How about Kozer, who's been around there all night long? And Jocelyn Kozer is going to go to the line. She is a 36% free throw shooter on the season.
I'll tell you what, this girl has worked really hard in the offseason. Just get in a position to make a contribution to the Middletown Lady Raiders. And a lot of that goes unsaid sometimes.
She has not scored yet tonight. Big free throw here. Up. Not going to go, but she'll get another one.
Dipping a little too in with that shoulder. Squares those shoulders up a little bit. She'll knock it down because she has nice form.
She could turn this into 3 long possessions, 3 threes. She can make it. Kozer's second one up, that looks pretty good. Comes off the back of the iron. Borelli's got it. Borelli down the lane, and Borelli dumps it to Isom. Isom in. Isom can't score, but she'll get fouled. Looks like it'll be on Noon.
That'll be her 5th, I believe. 4th or 5th. Let's see. That's her 5th. All the forwards for Middletown have gone, but it's too late. Minute 33, 8, up 8. It's going to be tough for Steel High to be able to come back at this point. I would say it's too late, Todd and Gary.
Well, 19 points tonight in this effort for Isom. Looking for number 20 right here. And she'll get it.
Now if she makes another foul shot, it might not be too late. Now you're talking about 2 baskets.
Yep.
2 from 3. But the ball handling of Jasper, Fitzpatrick, and Nestor, I think it just makes it tough at this point, as long as Middletown doesn't try to hike it up right away.
And second one up, not going to go. Steel High gets it though. Burley knocks it off to Isom, and now you've got a chance. Isom in for 2 more.
They heard me over here, I think.
Timeout, Coach Chisholm. Let's keep it right here. Todd McCall, let's go down to the floor here. And, if you're Coach Chisholm right now, you got it back to where it's a 2-possession game.
Well, yeah. I mean, when I was in the huddle, they said, hey, on the makes, we got to get in the press, foul, get chest to chest, said, get really into the grill of the dribbler and pick up the pressure, he said. Now, let's see how this press comes on. It's only a 5-point game, Charlie. Let's see the press as it comes on. And right here on this floor right here, this is a tough floor. I've always thought Stilton's floor is very tough in press situations. It's a smaller gym. It's too cozy in here. Let's see if they turn the ball over.
Hey, Todd, you're down there by some of the, we call them Monopoly pieces here at Still High, where you got the Alberts, Eddie Albert sitting on the baseline. Talk to Eddie over there for me. He's over there in the tan T-shirt.
I know Eddie very well. I'm going to talk to Eddie Alberts. Eddie, it's very tough to be the most handsome man in Still High, but let's say this is a place right here that's very special. Tonight, I think we're in for a great one. Crosstown rivalries, river towns here. What do you think?
Absolutely. Still Middletown, no bigger rivalry.
All right, it's spoken very well. Eddie's here very early. This has been his seat. No one else sits here. I sometimes try to push him over, but he doesn't move, man. No budging.
So far, Steel High 37-28 in the rebounding department tonight. Big inbounds play right here for Middletown. Steel High coming with a full court press. Trying to get it to Jasper. Over the top it comes. Jasper's got it. And it comes to Fitzpatrick. You didn't need that shot.
Yeah, you didn't need that shot.
And that's a freshman right there.
Yeah, and that's what Coach Stetler says. We didn't need a shot.
No, when you have it, they don't.
You give Still High a chance. Now.
Last time Middletown pressed, they got a turnover on this. Now they got a full court.
Zaya Royley, nice steal by
Look at Jasper getting ahead to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick gets it alive out front to Nestor.
That's a game-winning steal there by Bianca Jasper. That steal right there might be a play of the game right there.
Charlie, you're just playing the clock now. If you're Middletown, you've got a 5-point lead, 1:12 to go, and now you've got a good free throw shooter heading to the line at Jasper. Jasper for the season, 71% for the free throw line.
You know, guys, Stilton missed a big chance right there, and now you got the best foul shooter on the team on the line.
Got 18 points in this one, does Jasper.
Guys, I'm voting right now Jasper for player of the game. You know, Fitzpatrick made her run. Nestor made her run, but Jasper does so many little things, guys.
19, and then look at this. Jasper puts it away. 21 points for Bianca Jasper, and I'm right there with you, Charlie, on that vote. Here's Borelli. Good kickoff to Isom. Isom can't score. And you're going to get a foul on the floor, and it looks like it's going to be against Middletown. No, it's going to be a walk. 9-point lead. Ties the highest lead that so far Middletown has had, and Middletown looking like they're on their way to their second win in the Mid-Penn Capital Division. If you're Steel High, you got to come up with a lot of points in a short period of time. You don't want to foul any of these three on the floor, especially this one. She's hot. Jasper. Nestor. Kick it right back to Jasper again. You don't need that. Fitzpatrick's got it. Any one of these three, you want to get it right in her hands. Jasper playing the clock down. 30 seconds ago. You have to foul if you're Steel High. Finally, the foul after a lot of time run off the clock. Borelli finally fouls her. Jasper heading back to the line.
Yeah, Todd, what's your vote for player of the game? Gary and I are going for Jasper.
Well, I agree with you, but let me just say one thing. I do not believe Middletown wins this game tonight without the hot shooting. Every time they needed a big one, Nestor hit the three. My vote's for her, but it's two against three. But I love Jasper too.
Well, and she's again 22, 23 points, but she's also a senior. And that's important, a senior leader to come out and play big in a night like this.
How about 24 for Isom as she scores again here? So 23 for Jasper, 24 for Isom. Jasper has it. They're going to foul her again. She'll go back to the line. 9-point lead, trying to increase it here. And wow, Middletown comes in here, averaging 45 points a game this year. Steel High averaging 60. We said if they get in the 60s, it's going to be Steel High. Guess what? 65 points, and Middletown's right there.
Well, you got Jasper with over 20, Fitzpatrick with 17 or 19 or something like that, and then Nestor's 17.
Fitzpatrick with 18. You got Nestor out there with 21. We got a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here with 10.8 seconds to go. And this has been a good one here tonight. And don't forget, we got the boys' game coming up right after this with Steel High and Middletown. Todd McCall, this has been a good one. This has really been an outstanding game.
You're right, Gary. I mean, it's everything you want out of a Middletown Steel High game. Here's what I really like tonight. I like to see the pride out here tonight. I see Stilton pride, Middletown pride, a little bit of who's who night. You see a lot of legends are coming in here tonight, and I miss that. And this is what we need in high school basketball. Hey, Charlie, this has got an old feel to it, doesn't it?
Oh, I'll tell you, it sure does. And to see all four corners of the gym with people pouring in all four corners, this is a scene that you would only see in Stilton here.
And you know what? I ran into the future mayor, Lloyd Hill, earlier tonight. You know, I told him, possibility he could be a mayor of Stilton someday in the future, Charlie.
The big three tonight for Middletown. Fitzpatrick with 18. Jasper with 23, and Nestor with 21. Add those scores up, but there's 3 points missing from the board.
Jay Keller had 2 of them, I know that, and the other one, I don't know where it came from.
Noon hit a free throw.
24
points now for Jasper. Here's a young lady who's played a great game tonight. Pirelli dumps it off again. She is so unselfish. And in for the score is Santiago just into the game. But that's it. 66-58. Middletown comes into Steel High and wins one on the road tonight. When we come back, we'll be in our OSS Health post-game report. We'll look for our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game and our Hoffman Ford player of the game. All next on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law. But more important...
Welcome back to High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27, 66-58 tonight. Middletown wins it. Welcome to our OSS Health post-game report. Charlie Ford, Gary Sutton with you. Todd McCall making his way up here in a moment. And let's take a look at, first of all, our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game tonight. And there were a whole bunch of them you could have probably chosen from here this evening in this one. But here's our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game coming up right here. And how about this young lady tonight, Borelli with a long pass.
That steal was so important.
If Jasper steals it, gets it to Fitzpatrick, and then they're able to kind of run the clock out there eventually as Middletown. That was a huge possession right there. Look at Jasper. And speaking of Jasper, let's talk about our Hoffman Ford player of the game tonight. It is Bianca Jasper with 24 points here tonight. And you talk about this team, Katie Fitzpatrick with 18. Her partner, Michaela Nestor, with 21. On the other side, you had Isom with 24. And then Borelli with a great game at 17. But just too much tonight from Middletown with the outside shooting and the drives in the second half. Good ball handling with those three guards.
Yeah, the Huffman Ford player of the game, Bianca Jasper, it's well-deserved. She's a senior. You always like to see the seniors, guys, get the job done. And here's a package of some things that she's done well. That's Nestor. But look at Jasper on the follow.
Yeah, she's just all over the place defensively and offensively. Here she is getting that steal we talk about. Look at the effort here. Diving, just getting it alive to her teammate, Fitzpatrick, who gets it back out to Nestor. And then here she is again. Watch this. Another great pass to the middle to Noon, and then she buries a huge three here in the second half when they really needed it. Again, another three from a different angle. And then off to the other side, manages to tap it home to Jasper. And then the corner, another three. Jasper with a huge game here tonight, 24 points. What an effort from Middletown. And now we get ready for the boys' game coming up next here. want to thank a whole lot of people here tonight. Charlie Fortney, obviously, and Chad Edwards and our great Invicta crew. We thank Ryan Shipper for all his stats. Todd McCall, who does just wonderful work on the floor and analyzes the game all night long. But don't go away. We're coming right back. We got a big game coming up. It's Steel High and Middletown, a game of the towns, and it's right here on High School Sports Live TV and ABC 27. Back right after this.
The Fall 5-on-5 prepares players for their winter season better than anything the Harrisburg area has ever seen. Advanced and novice players can get game experience versus competition that fits their level. This year's 5-on-5 will give players experience and teach players proper spacing and principles to improve their overall game. The Fall 5-on-5 class will feature an intense speed and agility curriculum each week, so players will have no downtime during the class.
This fall, Advanced Hoops 3D training will be offering crossover intensity with Gerald Jarman and Archie Smith, which builds the key dimensions of ball handling, confidence, and skill improvement.
Good job, good job, good job. Whatever we can do with our right, we can do with our left. Whatever we do with our left, we can do with our right. There's no dominant hand.
In the preseason for the NBA, the ball hand drills we're doing, they do in the NBA.
Second Wilson can go down and back. Gerald has a great rapport with the kids. He brings enthusiasm, instruction. He has the best coaching background, and he has the best experience you're going to find in this area.
Not worry about nobody else but you getting better. Your friends at home, they playing Xbox, they playing PlayStation. Y'all in here getting better. 3, 2, 1.
Archie's level of enthusiasm has taken this class to another level this year. Players will be challenged with 2-ball stationary dribbling, alternating 2 balls. 1 high, 1 low, even down and back, learning to control 2 balls. Then Gerald and Archie will challenge players with full speed crossovers.
Look how beautiful that is. Discipline, technique.
The stop and go move. And drills that teach players to dribble the ball while shielding a defender for game situations.
Control, explode.
The 3D crossover intensity class with these guys will be fun, as you can see, but more importantly, power-packed, and any player that attends will leave with more confidence and an increased skill set. We have this class at every age level, and the instruction will vary accordingly. We are excited to offer in the 3D fall training the speed and agility segment. Our coaching staff is amazing at motivating players to get quicker and faster.
Everybody, you have fast twitch muscles. They go like this. You guys have them, but you know what? They sleep. They sleep right now. So it's our job to wake them up.
Our speed and agility training combines stationary quickness for the feet that helps players get faster in smaller spaces. A player's feet need to change directions quickly and react to the fast-paced play. Our coaches teach players to move their feet properly for the proper lateral movement, which will help a player defensively guarding the ball. Proper technique is one aspect of speed and agility training, and our coaches do a great job of connecting with players and helping them build their physical confidence. Archie Smith teaches players to be quick with the first step and proper running technique. Our speed and agility training also helps players learn how to jump quickly, doing drills that can be imitated at home for maximum improvement. Motivation is the key, and we are excited to have Archie with us and his passion for the area of this game. It's contagious, and it's getting many of our players excited about improving their athletic ability.
1, 2, 3.
Circle in low, okay, and send all your momentum straight up, straight down.
Charlie's game speed shooting classes are being offered at all age levels this fall, and this dimension is very important for players that want to score the basketball in game situations.
Make sure your shoulders are square, yep, A little bit wider, straight up and down. Naturally, straight up, straight down.
Every year, Charlie is building Division I caliber players into college-level shooters, and his tradition keeps going on and on.
Right elbow, right knee, come up and stop 90 degrees. Follow through, starts with the hand.
Charlie not only is an expert at teaching the fundamentals, but he understands how to teach those fundamentals to players with all different levels of ability and ages. For Charlie, it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. His goal is to help a player's shot improve right where they're at. It helps when Charlie builds rapport with the kids, and they see his own form and accuracy with demonstrations. He leads players by example, and the drills that he takes players through are both foundational and will prepare players for shooting in every game situation. Coming off down screens, moving side to side, shots off the dribble, pull-ups in transition, proper game plan on foul shots, and much, much more. Charlie covers it all, and every player that leaves a Charlie Fortney shooting class leaves a better...
High School Sports Live TV, in partnership with ABC 27 News, is proud to present the Middletown Blue Raiders against the Steel High Rollers. This broadcast is brought to you by our premier sponsor, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. Good evening, everyone. I'm Gary Sutton. Alongside of me is Todd McCall and Charlie Fortney. The Middletown Blue Raiders having an outstanding season, much like their football season this year. They come in here 10-2, 5-1 in the Mid-Penn Capital Division, where they are only a half game back right now in terms of first place. On the other side, you've got a Rollers team that is 5-6 overall, 4-4 in the division. They have lost 4 of their last 6. Todd McCall, when you talk about Middletown tonight, they're having a great season. They've got a lot of good players, but one of the guys you got to talk about right out of the gate is Ryan Hughes, who's playing very well.
Well, Ryan Hughes is protected tonight, as we've talked about, 9 points away from 1,000 points. Really that leader that Coach Chattel goes to. Here's what needs to happen tonight. There's a 3-way tie in the Capital Division, so the Blue Raiders know how big this game is on the road. That's why you see a Middletown fan section that almost looks like they're at home. Big one tonight in the Capital Division. They couldn't got a better pick of Vance Hoops and High School Sports Live together tonight.
Charlie, you might call this the Army-Navy game of the river right now, with the resurgent Middletown team coming back here with Steel High. And Tim Cater, a guy who's getting 15 points a game for the Rollers, one of a number of players here that can strike early.
Well, he has some help from Flowers, getting 14.8 again. They got the firepower. Jelani Isom is wiry and long, and Jay Sean Ramsey and the crew. It's Still High, you know. The 13th guy on the bench could step up and hit a big 3 to win the game. Could be his first 3 of the season. It's just how it is in this building. A lot of mystique here. I know tonight at one point we're going to get a shot of the 1,000-point scoreboard, but when you got over 25,000-point scorers between boys and girls, anything can happen in this building. There's just a lot of kids that believe in this town that they can get the job done, and they're waiting for their turn. But I'll tell you what, Ryan Hughes' chance to score 1,000 tonight brings something special to the table to Middletown. I call this game a toss-up tonight, despite Middletown winning the first one. Because of all those factors.
Of course, you're playing at Steel High, so you can throw the records away, as we talked about in the girls' game tonight. But also, Chris Chattel having an outstanding season coaching this Middletown team. But you got Rick Binder on the other side, a wily veteran coach. He's had 3 state championships at Steel High. And you look tonight at the numbers, Middletown averaging 70 points a game, Steel High only getting 58 a night. So that's certainly going to be a huge difference, Todd.
You know, I was going to say, if I'm Coach Binder, I'm coming in, I'm trying to keep the game in 50s. This is the Steel High Rollers. He's not even worried about that. It's good. They've got to get up and down tonight. They've got to get 65+. Gary, you've hit it on the nail. That was my key to the big key to the game. If they're in the 50 range, they lose this game tonight. If they get up 60+, it's going to be anybody's ball game.
Well, in the gym tonight is teams that don't normally score a certain amount of points, like the Middletown Lady Raiders, that exceed those expectations. So who knows what's going to happen.
Exactly.
And you look at Steel High for the free throw line, a 65% shooting team. On the other side, Middletown only at 58%, so look for that to maybe be a factor here tonight, too, if we have a close game coming down the stretch. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back here as we get ready for a great one here at Steel High. It's High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27. Steel High and Middletown, the collision of the towns, next.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Look, Ryan. Shh. Look over there. I see it. Is that what I think it is? That's a beauty. Wait, look. There's an even bigger one. Oh, wow. Shh. Oh, man. Don't worry, buddy. I know where there's a whole herd of them.
Hoffman has them, so be sure to stop by to save a lot of bucks.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers. All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Welcome back to Steel High Spire, known more commonly to everybody as just Steel High, and everybody knows what you're talking about. We got a big one here tonight. Middletown and Steel High. Middletown having a real resurgence this year in basketball. They are 10-2, 5-1 in the league, a three-way tie right now. And you look at the league, a three-way tie with Trinity, who's at 12-2, 6-1. Milton Hershey, we had that great game the other week where Milton Hershey beat Trinity to hand them their first loss of the season. They're 9-3 at 6-1, and then Middletown tie with them. Steel High right behind them at 4-4, but 5-6 so far. And they haven't found the right combination. They've lost 4 of their last 6 so far in this season. But here's an interesting number. Middletown has not beaten Steel High here since 1969.
I mean, that's the big number. I wouldn't have ventured to say that, but remember when the divisions have changed, and they've changed so often in Mid-Penn, there's been that big gap where Middletown and Stilton haven't played each other. So some years have elapsed, but 1969, that is quite a number. But, another thing, you said resurgence for Middletown. I believe that 14-1 record, that state championship opportunity for them in football, has really revitalized, so to speak, the sports community in Middletown.
Well, you look at these two teams in the history here. 9 times to the state championships for Steel. They've won 6 out of those 9 times. On the other side, you've got a Middletown team that won back in 1968. And a lot of people remember Dave Korzik, who was the outstanding player then from Portland, along with the Bill Walton, and winning the championship over my Sixers that one year. Oh, my goodness. But it's just been an outstanding run. And the first time I ever watched state championship basketball was in 1965 when Midland beat Steel High at the Farm Show. And there was a guy on Midland named Simmy Hill who was unbelievable. And then a guy who became a regular for the Chicago Bulls, Stormin' Norman Van Leer. Against a guy in that game named Denny Stewart. They had a guy named Milt Britton that played here. I think a guy named Jesse Fisher. They had a great team from Steel High, and they got waxed that year, 90-61. What a show it was. Well, we're getting ready to get this one underway right now. So we're going to tune in here for the starting lineups.
We're going to go right into the starting lineup, starting with your visiting Blue Raiders. Starting with guard, he's a 6-foot range junior, 0, Ryan Hughes.
Yeah, the first one coming out. Ryan Hughes. We've got Tyreer Mills. Got Luke Makrovich, Chris Plummer, a junior. And then finally, wearing number 23 tonight, Trey Leach, also a junior. Leach getting 8 points a game. Hughes was 17 points a game. Pierre Mills, 7.5 points a game. Makrovich, 15.3 a game, and Plummer with 12.1 a game. Now for Steel High. Malachi Young, a junior, averaging 7.3 points a night. Tavay Flowers getting 15 points a night, 18 threes for the season. Delani Isom with 7 points a game. 6'5", wiry junior. Tim Cater, a big guy who can score inside. He's averaging 15.1 points a game.
And he's a gamer, Gary. He steps up in these moments.
there are your starting lineups. We're at Steel High School tonight, more commonly known as Steel High, and we are just about ready to get underway here. Charlie, should be a good one tonight.
It should be. A lot of things happen when the Rollers get on television and play on the big stage, and let's see how they handle it tonight. But Middletown has a mission tonight.
Well, the Rollers beat Middletown for their first loss of the season, 82-72 in their first meeting this year, so they've got a little momentum on their side that way, but they're trying to break a 4 out of 6 game losing streak. Rick Binder, the coach of the Rollers. On the other side, Chris Sattel for the Blue Raiders. Blue Raiders in their blue gold tonight. On your left, on the right, the Rollers in their silver and blue.
Luke Marakovich, look for him to be assertive for Middletown. He's the lefty. He's just really a player for them.
There's your jump. Ball's going to be controlled by Steel High's Tim Cater. Man-to-man for Middletown out of the gate. But Cater takes up some space down there, doesn't he?
He also steps up in these big game moments, too.
Oh, good look downtown. How about that right out to the gate? Sweet. Flowers with a 3. Tipped out by Middletown, off by Steel High, off Middletown. Middletown, of course, that great football season this year.
Played for the state championship.
Yep. Pretty darn good, isn't it?
Battled pretty hard in that, too. Could have won either way that game.
Won a district championship. Here's Flowers. Pull up. Flowers is blossoming early. He's got 5. Flowers 5, Middletown nothing.
The flowers are blooming tonight.
Middletown trying to keep pace with Trinity and Milton Hershey. Downtown it goes, and how about that? I can answer on the other end, says Tyree Mills with a 3.
Yeah, Middletown's not going anywhere. They're just too tough of a team and too tough. This is a tough-nosed group of kids. They've been playing together a long time.
Cater, turnaround. Not a real good shot as he fell away on that. But rebound. Steel High keeps it. Good hands by Malachi Young. And then tipped away from behind. Ahead it comes to Mills, and Mills up. Mills loses it on the way up.
He went up for, I think, to try to slam dunk it and lost handle.
Their little running shot right there. Ripped down on the other side for Middletown. And then a timeout called on the floor. Before the walk, no. Good try, good thinking, though, by Flowers trying to get the timeout, but he had slid a little too far. Take a look at this. See, the ball's loose. Mills going up, gets between thoughts, and then just misses it. A 1-4 flat here as Middletown trying to flatten it out and running a flex offense. It's a good look from the side. Not going to go. Follow up. Not going to go again. Taken down in a hurry by Isom. Steel High with the basketball. Good drive to the basket. Strong move. Can't finish, though. Tipped off Steel High. Out of bounds. Going to be off Lockett. Isaiah Lockett. And Middletown's got it. 5-3, the Rollers lead early here. Gary Sutton, Todd McCall, Charlie Fortney with you, and our whole Invicta crew tonight. The baseline, nothing going to go there. In the middle, got Mills open. Mills, long time. Down and it goes. Mills. Hot. Mills with 5.
And Ryan Hughes is a smart, sharp shooter from Middletown. He's just like a scorer. He's staying very patient.
Make the correction there. Mills with 6. So it's Mills 6, Flowers 5 so far in the one-on-one shootout. Todd McCall receives some pretty good shooting here for those two guys out of the gate.
They're going to have to. You're going to have all kinds of players stepping up tonight in this big one.
Well, Zaria Isom's brother Jelani shot that last one.
Cater with a turnaround, taken away by Middletown, ahead to Mills. Mills up, in. Mills with 8 points, the first 8 points for Middletown, and they have a 3-point lead.
Middletown going full court press. First real opportunity to do that.
Just a little bit of a soft press there for Middletown.
coaches like to do that, just apply a little bit of pressure. Coach Satterley's a really good coach in Middletown. He's done a great job.
What a running bank shot. Flowers. It's like he and Mills have a one-on-one game going here. Flowers with 7 points for Steel High. Mills with 8 on the other side for Middletown. Another look. Damn, it's hot. Middletown answers the bell with Trey Leach. He's got 3. 3 so far for the Raiders. Lead by 4. Here's Cater. Cater tried to go hard to the basket. You're going to get a reach-in foul called against the Blue Raiders. That will be on Trey Leach. It'll be his first, team first. No shots. The ball be brought in underneath by Malachi Young. Flowers again. Flowers is some kind of hot right now. Flowers with another 3. He's got all of Steel High's points. Great block by Isom on the other end, and then it's going to be off Middletown. Will stay with Steel High.
I thought that was off Young, but I don't have the angle on it, that's for sure. Hill, hustle.
10 points for Flowers in this one as the ball finally gets into Malachi Young. Middletown leads by 1.
Haven't had a chance to breathe since this broadcast started. Holy goodness.
Kind of what you expect when these two teams get together.
There's Jelani Isom.
Some hard move to the basket. He's going to get fouled before the shot, though.
In the NBA, guys, that's a continuation.
This
Todd gets a good look at this under the hoop.
This one, it's Hughes with a foul. We'll get to Todd McCall down there in just a second. To the corner it comes to Young. Young looking for Isom. Instead, hits the middle post there. Throws behind Isom. Middletown gets a steal. Oh, it looked like it might have been a foul. Instead, Cater gets the rebound. Here comes Young. Steel High running with it. Young will pull it back out. Gets Cater going down the middle again. The quick hands. And there it is. Hard to the basket is. It's going to be Hughes drawing the foul off a second straight steal.
Ryan Hughes only needs, 9 points for 1,000 points?
Foul is going to be on Young. It'll be his first, team second. At the line is Ryan Hughes, a 75% free throw shooter. You can see why with that stroke. First points on the board tonight for Ryan Hughes.
You know, whenever you're getting ready to score 1,000 points, it's always nerve-wracking until they go in. Ryan seems to be handling it pretty well, Coach Todd.
Michael Match just in the game. We're at number 40 for Middletown. So back up to a 3-point lead it goes for the Blue Raiders. 2:42 to go here in the first quarter. Ball tipped out of bounds by the Blue Raiders.
Cater is physically, his presence is there's no one that can match up with him out there. He's being guarded by Leach, a guard.
Yeah.
What's that look like down there, Coach Todd?
Well, don't take anything away from Leach. Now, Leach is physically strong. I mean, he's linebacker size, so he's doing a real good job on Cater. He's just staying right behind him.
Well, and Cater's making it easy for him because everything's a fadeaway so far. There's no positive hard motion to the basket.
Cater's best part of his game is his outside shot. He's taking some ill-advised shots.
Middletown on the glass, 3 offensive rebounds. They get 4. And how about this 5? And they finally get fouled. They get rewarded for going to the glass. Todd McCall, that was a blue blur on the glass that time.
Yeah, it was a flurry on the glass. And you know what? The intensity of this game has stepped up times 10 here in this boys varsity game.
Yeah, he made your point really well there, Todd. Trey Leach, tough as nails.
Fouls on ice, and shot's going to be missed by Leach. He'll get another one.
Middletown's benefited from that weight room, that football weight room as well. And that takes your team to a varsity level. Charlie, you know, we talk about it many times how guys that get in that weight room and concentrate, they make themselves a bigger, stronger player.
Out goes Lockett, in comes Jay-Sean Ramsey as Leach, only a 43% free throw shooter, manages to rattle that one home, so he's got 4. 14-10, the Blue Raider lead. There you see Rick Binder. I always thought Rick Binder looked a lot like Bobby Knight.
He has his own look, I'll just say that.
He does. Flowers, just another great move. All he needed was that first step, and Flowers was in. Flowers has all of the points for Steel High so far, all 12 of them.
Well, there's always a player like that on Steel High that just comes to play in these games, and tonight it's Flowers. The flowers are blooming in Stilton, that's for sure tonight.
Todd, what a great first step he had that time getting to the basket.
Right, and you can't sidestep him. Sometimes Tyree Mills sidesteps him, and he'll go right around you.
There's Ramsey, kicks it out. Malachi Young got Ramsey in the corner. Ramsey lets it go. Ramsey buries it. Just into the game. Jay-Sean Ramsey with a 3.
The lefty from the corner comes off the bench with ice in his veins.
First one to score tonight, not named Flowers for Steel High. So here's Middletown. They spread it out a little bit. Steel High with a 1-point bulge here. All of a sudden, now you're going to get a foul. It looks like it might be on Isom again. If it is, that might be number 2. And it is a second foul on Jelani Isom. So very quickly, Rick Binder goes to the bench. And he will hustle Lockett right back in there. Check that Shaquan Benton in there now. A senior, 6'1". Nice screen that time to get Hughes open. And then there's Trey Leach again up. Leach can't get it to go. Leach again goes for it. Middletown keeps it alive.
Middletown's so strong and athletic with the ball.
Good to handle. Look at the hustle there. Wonderful hustle by Ramsey again. Who's got it? Todd, is that ball hot right now?
Unbelievably hot.
Malachi Young on the other end for a deuce. Steel High came out of that, and they've run it up to 3 points now. Binder's shirt tail out for the first time tonight. This is early, first quarter for that, right?
Oh, yeah.
15 seconds.
It's like old Tarkanian's towel, you know? You got to have something.
Doesn't have the towel in his mouth yet.
Cause you to stand out as a coach.
Look what Ramsey's making a difference in there. There goes Leach. Up, blocked. Cater's got it. One more shot, and that's the buzzer. 17-14. Rollers lead at end of 1. This is High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Duke McCamey, our post-training expert.
The miking drill is a foundational drill that I teach all young players that sign up for my class. This drill teaches players to finish around the basket while using proper footwork. It's important for players to use the right hand on the right side and the left hand on the left side. I teach players to shuffle their feet and get low while exploding into the layup. Squaring feet and squaring shoulders is the key to consistency and timing around the basket. The miking drill is a foundational drill for every young player to learn in my class.
Well, Jarve Flowers came out of the gate hot, and it has never, ever stopped sizzling. Here he is again. 1-3. How about this pull-up? Square shoulders. Charlie knocks it down again. And he shows you right here how quickly he makes that decision. Another 3. 2 of those in the first quarter. And then he makes a running bank shot. And then he gets this one. Quick step to the baseline and banks it home. He's got 10 points in the first quarter.
I like the elevation on his shots, his pull and layups. He just has a versatile scoring approach.
And I said 10. I shortchanged. We had 12. Let's go to Todd McCall.
You know, I was just over in it. Just listen to Middletown talking about just settling down. You know, when they run the flex offense, but the flex was hurting Stilton a little bit, so Stilton went to the 3-2 zone, matching up out of it a little bit.
How about Middletown? Only 1 out of 10 from the floor for 2s, but there's Hughes. Whoozing in nicely for his first deuce of the game. Ryan Hughes with 4.
5 points away from 1,000, I believe is the number.
Want to hear something unbelievable, though? Both Middletown and Steel High, first quarter, 3 out of 3 from that line right there, and that just changed. Both teams perfect for the three-point line, so Cater missed that one. Young will pull it back out and get it off to the red-hot Flowers. Look at that dish. Good block, though, by Hughes, and Hughes gets his own block and takes off.
The lefty, Marakovic.
Marakovic can't get it to go. Rebound. This young man's made a difference since he came in. Jay-Sean Ramsey.
He's something.
He's been all over the place. Back to Cater it goes. Young can change of pace, and he's going to draw the foul. Young was going up against Marakovic that time and makes Marakovic foul him, and he'll go to the line. Malachi Young at the line for 2. He's a 75% free throw shooter.
In a game this close, an atmosphere like this, it could come down to foul shots, guys.
Well, this team for the season, a 65% free throw shooting team, so they're pretty good. Middletown only 58. But this time, not going to go. Their first time to the line tonight is Isom back into the game. He'll replace Shaquan Benton. So Isom playing with 2 fouls right now. Young's second one is up, and that also is no good. Middletown with a chance to get back on top here, down by 1, 6:41 to go here in the second quarter. Mills, who started out hot, has not seen a shot for a while now. There's Hughes. Hughes, tough shot there. Followed back up. Put away nicely that time by Trey Leach. Leach has got 6 points.
I agree with Todd earlier. Just the toughness of Middletown not going away. They almost have a fundamental toughness, you know?
Flowers, look at this running one-hander, and Flowers just keeps on finding ways to drop it down. 14 points for Flowers here in the first half.
You know, Chris Chattel was a player at Paul Meyer in the district championship under Mike Gaffey as a player, and then he went on to E-Town. E-Town Coach Schlosser, you know, very fundamental coach. You see a lot of that in Coach Chattel's play out of his players.
Look at that move. And then Hughes misses it. You got to push from behind on the rebound. The foul will get marked up against Chris Plummer, his first.
Coming up at halftime, we have a shootout. We have a bunch of students who are going to shoot for a Dick's Sporting Goods gift certificate from beyond the three-point range.
That's always fun to watch those things, too.
Yeah.
Someone usually hooks up with one. It's usually like one of the favorites here at the school, right?
Todd McCall will be leading that.
Looking forward to it. I want to shoot for one of those gift certificates, though, Charlie.
Todd, we should let you do that.
Steel High's got the basketball right here. 4 lead changes in this one so far. This is much like the first game, the girls' game. There's Ramsey. Ramsey gets up in the air and gets lucky to find Young, and Young lets it go. This one's hard off the iron. Pulled down by Leach, rather. Leach kicks it corner. Long look, downtown, not going to go. Look at Hughes. Hughes fighting his way for the rebound and will draw the foul. And I think that might be number 3 on Isom.
Hughes is a shooting guard at the next level, but in this game, he's got to play around the basket. Look at this tenacity on the boards by Hughes. Keeps it above his head.
Well, they're going to get Cater back in for Isom. So Hughes, nice stroke. 5 in this one so far. Isom goes to the bench.
Next step for Ryan Hughes is to put about 15 pounds of muscle on.
And I'll tell you what a sweet stroke. He's 4 out of 4 for the line. Got 6 points in this one so far and a 1-point lead for Middletown. This one just going back and forth here in the first half. And remember, Middletown averages 70 points a game compared to 58 for Steel High. But I'm starting to think you can just throw those numbers out, Todd McCall.
Absolutely. This is, everything we expected. Middletown, Steel High, neighbor game.
Ooh. Big one by Ramsey. That one's not going to get in. Yanked down by Benton. Put back up. Not going to go. Leach again. Leach might not be tall, but he is strong. We're going to go hard to the basket. And then tipped away by Steelton. It'll belong to Middletown under their own basket.
There's a lot of relationships here that, like relatives from Middletown, Steelton, kids moving from one district to the next. There's a lot of connections here.
You know, it's interesting. Mills started out the game hot tonight, Todd, and he started out with the opening 8 points, and he hasn't seen the ball since.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't touched it at all. He settled down. He went to the bench for a few minutes and then came back on. But You know, let's see if he gets going again in the second half. He's one of those guys. Tonight, role players, even your role players have to step up in a big one like this one.
Well, it's interesting. He kind of got his team a good vault out of the gate, and then it's kind of now the focus is more on Hughes. A little bit of a push there. Might have gotten away with it. And Flowers going to miss, and then it's tipped out of bounds by Mills. That's the only thing Flowers has missed all night. Todd, you were sitting there. They're coming right down your throat.
I tell you what, it's hazard pay down here tonight, but I like being right here because I tell you what, you got the opportunity to see who's screening, who's going hard, who's talking. I love it. It's a big part of the game right here.
Just talking about Mills. How about I'll create my own possession? How's that? Boom! Mills in for 2. 10 points for Mills in the first half, and then he gets called for the foul in the backcourt. A little too much testosterone going on that time.
Binder not happy there, doing some coaching on the sideline, just really trying to coach these guys up to get them ready for us. The second half run here. It's one thing Coach Binder does really well is he knows how to just mentally build a team to try to win it in the end.
Former coach over at Alvernia College over in Reading.
Played with Stu Jackson as players at Reading.
Flowers misses again. Matz gets the rebound. There's Hughes. Hughes. Little dipsy doodle up and under. Hughes with 8 points. 24-19. The Raiders lead it. And I can remember Coach Binder when he was at Kutztown as well, coaching the PSAC. He was a heck of a coach there.
I was just going to say that. Kutztown coach.
Another foul there by Mills. That's his second foul.
There's balloons coming down the stands as Ryan Hughes makes his next point. I believe there's going to be a game stoppage and a recognition of 1,000 points. Steel High knows all too well. Hopefully our camera guys can get us a picture of that 1,000-point board up there because Steel High knows what that's all about. 1,000-point scores. Just there's probably 10 or 15 former ones here watching the game.
Oh, and there you draw the foul as Matz is going to foul and sliding in there for the shot.
There's 30,000-point scores, Gary and Todd, up there.
That's unbelievable.
30,000-point scores. Is there any school in the area that can say they have 30,000-point scores? I know Trinity's close. I think Steel High has the lead.
I think Trinity would be my best guess, yeah.
And one of them sitting over the bench there, Tristan Crawford.
Doesn't mean there's a lot of defenses that's been played in this gym, but there's been a lot of offense.
and you know, Charlie, I love to look up there and look at the late, great Rob Brook up there. You know, I miss Rob. Rob was a great guy, man.
The second shot by Alcock. Both are missed.
Well, I don't want to start a Twitter war among Stilton fans, but I'd say Rod Brooken was the cream of the boys' crop.
Hughes is going to draw the foul here, and he'll go to the line for 2. And will these two give him 1,000? He makes it.
Yeah, he's 1 point away, guys.
Okay, so Hughes is at the line. He's 4 out of 4 there so far tonight. There you see the career scoring here at Steel High. And Hughes just hit 1,000 points. Ryan Hughes, a junior, in his 59th game played at Middletown, hits his 1,000th point. His 9th tonight, and his team celebrates with him. Everybody in the gym giving him a nice round of applause. And there he has a special ball with 1,000 points on it. He'll take it over and hand it to his parents. 2 proud parents right there. Todd, a special moment for this young man.
I love to see this. Great kid, great family, great town. Now, how tough is it, though? He's got to go back to the line and shoot that second half of that 2-shot foul, guys.
Well, and hats off to Stilton for allowing this to happen. Not every school allows a game to be disrupted, but I get a little emotional thinking about what that feels like. Anybody that's ever done that, you know.
Well, you've done it. What did you feel like?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You know how it feels, so I'm just happy for the kid. But I'm really proud of Steel High and the Steel High fans for cheering and standing as well, and recognizing that moment. I'm just glad High School Sports Live can have that on TV. The basketball gods were watching.
Well,
we had this put on TV.
Great job. And the young man finishes it off, and that's what you expect. He's 6 out of 6 for the line so far tonight. He's got 10 points here in the first half and a 7-point lead now for the Blue Raiders. Don't forget, we've got our Highmark halftime report coming up a little bit later. Here's Hughes again. He gets a steal. Now he gets the ball, and he draws the foul. That will be the 6th foul against Steel High as Lockett called for the foul. Isaiah Lockett will be his. Check that again. That'll be Amik Jenkins, or rather. Lockett not called for the foul. Steel High has an unusual number here, though, too. The only 2 guys that played the same team that had over 2,000 points. One of them sitting over the bench over there, and Tristan Crawford, and the other one was Tremaine Hawthorne.
Interesting. Middletown wanting Steel High to come out of that zone, pick up man-to-man, and it's working. Steel High's grabbing a man.
That's why, right there. Leach picking it off, and Matz can't handle it. Right through his hands. I'll tell you what, it was a nice drive.
Middletown picking up a full court. You might be watching this game saying, hey, why is Middletown pressing full court? Well, I'll tell you what, it's working.
I said Leach. I meant Marakovich there with the drive. Only 5 turnovers so far for Middletown in this one. And you're going to get a foul, reach across.
I'll take 5 turnovers when you're playing an up-tempo style like that. That's not bad.
Kyle Truesdale just in the game right now with his first foul.
You can end the game with 10 turnovers. Not bad if you're playing at this pace.
At the line is Jarvey Flowers. He has not been there yet tonight. Todd McCall is looking straight out at the young man.
Well, here's a guy here that has intensity when you look in his eyes. I mean, he knows what he needs to do right now to get this team back in the game.
Well, point number 15 right there. That'll help get you back in. He has 15 out of Steel High's 20 points so far.
He also shines on the football field, too, guys. A really quality football player.
Second one up and good.
You know, Gary and Ty, you have no choice when you're from Stilton and play multiple sports.
That's right.
You get in trouble with the fans if you don't. Trust me, I know.
Steel High with a trapping man-to-man here. Here comes Hughes. Hughes attacks, scoops it up and under. Not going to go this time. Wrestle for the ball. Young comes out with it. Look at Flowers. Boom! In on the other end is Malachi Young with a beautiful pass. 18 points in the first half now for Jarvey Flowers. He's having a career night.
You see something right there. The ball never touched the floor. That's a varsity player.
Marakovich looking for that little drive in the middle. Same thing for Hughes here. Hughes, little stutter step. Got the first step there. Tough shot. Not going to go. Hughes gets his own rebound. Backhands it to Matz. Matz in for 2. Michael Mattis in for 2. He's got his first deuce of the game. Back up to 5 it goes for Middletown.
That was a great assist by Hughes, a wraparound pass.
Gets an offensive rebound, then makes a beautiful pass to finish it off. Did Malachi Young, he carried at that time? No. Young pulls it out. Got to think the Flowers is being guarded hard right now.
Well, they're in the box and 1, Gary.
Oh, what a good block by Mattis that time. Good defensive players. Lockett tries to save it. He's not going to do it. Middletown has it.
Middletown's gone to a box and 1 on Flowers. And they're running fresh guys in on him, and it's starting to, frustrate Steel High a little bit.
So box and 1, we'll see how Middletown handles that. 1:07 to go. Don't forget our Highmark halftime report coming up. And a walk called. That one's going to be on Plummer. Chris Plummer a little frustrated there. So Steel High with a chance here with 1:03 to go in the first half to carve into this 5-point lead. Good Flowers, 1-on-1. Flowers just unbelievable here in the first half.
And Steel High always has a guy that the other team can't guard.
20 points for Flowers here in half number 1. He's drawn the team back to 3. Has 20 of 25 Steel High points. Little delay game here by Middletown, maybe looking for the last shot.
I'd say that stat favors Stilton. Stilton's going to have to come out and get some more supporting cast in that second half if they want to win this game.
Hughes is going to get fouled, and that's a big one because it's going to send Hughes to the line.
And Flowers picks up a foul.
Todd McCall.
They're going to have to keep Flowers out of foul trouble. I'm watching this box and 1, and, at one point in time, you don't think Flowers will do anything. Next thing you know, swiftly slides in, gets the ball and scores. I mean, he's tough.
First foul on Flowers as the shot is up and good from Hughes. Hughes 75% on the season tonight, 7 out of 7.
Hughes is going to play at the next level. He has a nice frame, 6'3", good fundamentals.
He misses his first free throw of the evening. He has 11 points in this one now, 19 seconds to go, and Steele High will get a chance for the last bucket here. Flowers says, clear it out, guys. I've scored 20 of them so far. Let me see if I can get number 22. Pulls back, throws it up. When you're hot, you're hot. Flowers for 22 points. Hughes lets it go at the foul line, not going to go. Middletown leads it by 2 at the half here at Steele High. Coming up is our Highmark halftime report, our Center for Independent Living halftime stats, and our Groff Tractor halftime highlights. All next on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
There you go. Get your teeth out on, hon. That's okay. We have
Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends. But tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
The front is mostly masonry.
And then the masonry will meet the window frame. I think this project's really coming together.
Living Well with a Disability is a free source for anyone with any type of disability. We provide countless resources and endless opportunities to live your best.
I really am living well.
Call 1-877-2-LIVE-WELL to discover resources available for you.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
The Brenner family of dealerships gives you better pricing, better customer service, better selection, and a better service department for the life of your vehicle. We'll show you how at Brenner Chrysler Jeep, Brenner Nissan, and Brenner Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. Serving Central PA for over 95 years.
Welcome back to Steele High Middletown. It's now time for the Advanced Hoop halftime shootout, and shooting first for Dauphin County Commissioners Andrew Irby. Up next for Capital Region Insurance Agency, Tyrone Moore.
Oh, that looked good, Gary.
Up next for Hoffman Ford is Cameron Chisholm. Up next, shooting for Pizza Hut, is Trayvon Joseph Jr. Almost. Next up, for Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, Tat Leach. Yeah, rapid fire here right now at Steel High. Up next for OSS Health is Jose Lopez. Jose taking his time a bit. Oh, he misses everything. Up next for Groff Tractor is Alex Irby. Alex a lefty here. Up and Alex nails a $25 gift certificate for Alex coming right up. Next shooter for the Brenner family of dealerships, Lamar Ventura. Lamar firing away. And our last shooter for Highmark is Antonio Bryant. Well, that's it for our Advanced Hoops Shootout. Our guest, Middletown 29, Stilton 27. More basketball action coming right up here in the third quarter after these messages.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Gerald Jarman, former Division I point guard from the University of Richmond.
The figure 8 cone dribbling drill is a great drill to teach players how to cross over right and left as they go around the cones in a figure 8 pattern. This also teaches a player to hook the ball right and left as they go around the cone. These skills in a game speed motion will help a player develop control and speed in the open court. The most effective way to execute this drill is to time them in 30-second intervals so they push themselves at a fast pace. This is a key drill I teach my players in my crossover intensity class.
Advanced Hoops will be hosting AAU tryouts starting this February. Tryouts will be conducted for 4th through 12th grade teams. Advanced Hoops will also be offering 3D training for those looking to add new dimensions to their game this offseason. For more info, go to advancedhoops.com or give a call to 717-657-2620. Welcome back to our Highmark halftime report. And it's time to take a look at our Groff Tractor first half highlights. And there were a bunch. And let's take a look at the highlights here in the first half. Charlie Fortney, I'll tell you what, it started out a little steal here, and you see Rakovic getting down, and Mills came out hot out of the gate for Middletown. But speaking of hot, this guy was hot the whole half. Jarvay Flowers in for 2 of his 22 first half points, but then Mills answers on the other end. He gets the opening 8 points for Middletown. It was like a one-on-one shootout. And then kicking it out, Hughes going hard to the glass. And Hughes managing to kind of scoop and just turn it in there. Those are your Groff first half highlights. 22 points in the first half for Jarvay Flowers. What an outstanding first half he had. On the other side, Ryan Hughes with 11 points, followed by Tyreer Mills with 10 points for Middletown. Let's take a look at our Center for Independent Living halftime stats. There you see it. Both teams with 3 3-pointers so far. 6-6 in turnovers. A 9 out of 10 for the free throw line by the Raiders. Only 2 out of 6 for Steel High. 2-point lead, the biggest number on the board there.
Well, when you talk about what's the difference in the half, those are the simple stats. We don't like to put too many up there, but those are important stats. That's why we focus on those. And 9 for 10 from the foul line, geez, that's the difference in the game. Clearly, Steel High has to get more players involved this half. I think Middletown's going to win by 10 points at least.
Really?
I do. I really do.
I'll tell you what, they're up by 2 right now. They had a couple leads out to 5, but they couldn't quite stretch it past that number. 22 points for Flowers in the first half for Steel High, 3 for Ramsey, 2 for Malachi Young. That was the only scoring for Steel High. On the other side, you had Ryan Hughes with 11. He got his 1,000th point in the first half. He had 11, 6 points for Trey Leach, 2 points for Michael Mattis, and then for Tyreer Mills, 10 points in the first half to close out the scoring. 29-27 at the half. Charlie, what do you got to do in the second half here if you're Steel High right now, other than get more people involved?
Well, they just got to play a solid game and just not go for steals, not gamble. Everybody man up their man and try to get the ball inside. Timmy Cater is is the best matchup on the floor, hardest to guard player. And then Timmy's got to use his body to get some fouls, put pressure on the Middletown's front line. There's nobody on that floor that can guard Tim Cater. He's got to stop settling for fadeaways. He's got to get to the bucket. I'm thinking like his dad probably on the sideline right now. Timmy, step it up.
Well, the fadeaway is a weak shot because you're fading away. You're not getting positive motion in the basket. You're not drawing the fouls. Middletown in the first half, surprisingly, 16 rebounds to 11 for Steel High. I'd be a little surprised with that one. I thought Steel High might control the boards more, but I'll tell you what, you got Hughes, you got Leach getting on the glass pretty regularly there and doing a great job. So, Todd McCall, if you're looking at the Middletown huddle, what are you thinking about here for the second half and your coach to tell? And I thought we had Todd down there. Maybe not.
You know, I think he's still getting his hot dog from halftime. But other than that, Gary, Middletown coming out. This could be a big win for them tonight, but the Rollers, you know, they don't go away easy at home.
I don't know if I'm predicting wins at this point in the game yet. I'm not in predictive business. Tell you what, if you were looking at elections this year, you weren't in the predictive business because you'd lose. 29-27 here at the half. We're getting ready to start the third quarter, and you can tell it's roller country here tonight as people in for this town-on-town game. And having coached in a small town myself in Columbia years ago, and just had so much respect for all these towns up the river. People work hard, they play hard in terms of the game. The games mean so much to small towns. I've always been really impressed with Steel High.
And both towns share a blue collarness. You know, Middletown, Steel, blue collar. A lot of the dads over the years and relatives have worked at the mill.
Well, we're getting underway here, and Steel High's got the ball. They're down by 2 as we start the third quarter. I thought this young man had a heck of a first half. Jay-Sean Ramsey played very well.
They started him in the second half to try to get another offensive spark.
Ramsey up. Cater goes after it. Can't get it. Hughes again with the basketball. And Hughes, no foul called there. He dumps it off. Dumps it off. You're going to get a walk before that. A little hesitation there by Chris Plummer. It's just kind of a tough game so far as Plummer. You can see his head kind of drooping, but hopefully something good will happen for him. Malachi Young with the basketball for the Rollers. Young to Flowers. Flowers steps back. Flowers, this one rattles in and out. Here comes Mills. Rakovic with the basketball for Middletown. Little 3-2 zone here again for Steel High. Girls played this in the first game. Middletown looks a little confused by this. Now they finally flash Hughes to the middle.
Nice pass.
Mills, long look for Mills. There it is. Mills buries it. And he picks up where he left off for the first half.
Hey, great find by Ryan Hughes.
Wasn't it though? Flash that guy in the middle, use him, and then kick it outside to Mills. So a 5-point lead again for Middletown. They keep pushing the lever at that 5, but they haven't been able to get beyond it. Ramsey, good head and shoulders fake. Underneath, not going to go. Yanked down there instead by Plummer. Here comes Mills again. Mills is feeling it. Dumps it off. Inside it goes and down. As he found Leach. Leach with his 8th point, but give credit to Mills on the assist. Second foul on Flowers. First team foul of the second half. Is at the line now is Leach.
Meek Jenkins in for Ramsey. Binder not afraid to go to the bench or try to shake things up. He doesn't like what he sees early.
Trey Leach with 8 points, looking for number 9 here. And Leach misses it again. So Leach nothing out of 2 so far tonight. Here comes Young. Young says, I got this. And does. Malachi Young. He was reading that the whole way down the floor. Malachi Young with 5 points.
Still High early on getting other players involved in what they need to do.
Make that 4 points now for Malachi Young. And really believe, Todd McCall, you're looking at that 3-2 zone right now where they're moving that middle mountain around. You have to attack that from the side. That seems to be the weak place where you flash somebody into the post.
You do. And you know what? I always like to overload. So I want somebody at the elbow, somebody off the box, and someone in the short corner.
Right
and you got to do advantages.
The zone fans out when you have nobody in the middle. See how far out it's fanned right now? Now you get Hughes in the middle and watch the zone get tucked in.
For years, this has been Rick Binder's forte. is the zone defense. It's won many championships, state and district.
Marakovic. Hughes has it tipped away. Nice job by Isom. Here comes Youngie, and Young pulls up. Under control. Can't make this one, but taken back by Steele High. Inside it goes. Isom misses it. Hughes trying to drag it down. Finally gets it under control, but big point-blank miss by Steele High that time down.
Thought Meek should have kept that ball there and just made the shot. I think one pass too many. Don't usually say that, but that's what it looked like.
And finally, a good look at the lane by Plummer. First time he's touched it offensively tonight. He buries it for 2. 7-point lead now, biggest lead of the night for Middletown. Here comes Meek. That's Flowers instead of Flowers scores. Flowers sliding down the side of the lane, manages to find a way to get it off the glass. He's got 24 points. Flowers will head back to the line here. He's perfect there so far tonight, 2 out of 2.
You know, Flowers had a tremendous half, 20 points in the first half. You wonder, how does that stack up to first halves in the history of Steele High? And one stands out to me. Tremaine Hawthorne had 32 against Harrisburg one night in the first half. It was one of the most amazing halves of basketball I ever saw by a Steele High player.
Long look downtown. Flowers having a unbelievable half here.
He did that off balance. He was just off balance on the pull-up shot. That kid has some serious athleticism.
27 out of the 34 points from Flowers, and then a foul. It's going to be on Cater, who's never really gotten into this game so far. Cater, who averages 15 points a game.
Well, and one thing about Cater, we've seen on High School Sports Live, Gary, at McDevitt, when he was at McDevitt, he is a gamer. He's a fourth quarter, end-of-the-game player. He can hit a barrage of threes out of nowhere. He comes up with big plays.
And still not able to find the down part of that basket. Nothing, or 1 out of 4 now for Leach.
Middletown hasn't won at Steele High since the 1960s is a stat that came our way.
1969. Almost three shy, I guess, of what, 50 years?
Yeah, there's
48 years it's been.
There's a lot of history buffs out there, and I'm getting text messages all day that somebody said 1965, somebody said 1969. I think we can agree it was in the 1960s.
There,
Gary.
we got it down. So Jenkins right down the lane for his first deuce of the night. I think Jenkins. Again, it's going to be Mills. He can't make it go. Cater grabs it.
That was the first time Middletown, I think, did something out of the script of what they're supposed to be doing.
Hottest hand in the place. Flowers doesn't get it. Inside, though, it goes to Isom, and Isom gives Steele High the lead on the putback. Isom with 7 points in this one. Saddled with some foul trouble there in the first half. Rakovic looks like he's going to tee it up and then not. Oh, and you fouled the three-point shooter. Malachi Young is going to get nailed for the foul. Let's go down to Todd McCall.
Well, some of the mistakes that you see Steele High make is mistakes that it's indication of the record at 5 and 6. Like a foul on the three-point line, really not necessary. That shot was 22 foot away, a hand in a box. But one thing that you're seeing is Stilton always has runs in him. And there was that little late third-quarter run. That's why they have the lead. Charlie, you know this. I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter who the players are, who the coaches are. When you're a Steele High roller, there's always a run in you.
First lead for Steele High since they were leading at 19-18 as first shot's missed by Plummer, and he'll rattle the second one out. He gets one more.
Well, Stilton has traditionally been known as the cardiac kids, the comeback kids, being down and coming back in games. There's many games over the years that have signified that.
So Plummer trying to make one out of the three. And all three off the back of the iron. So Plummer nothing out of three. And Isom beating the man back down court ahead. You can't stop. Missed again. Isom back up. Isom puts it on. Never say die on the offensive glass. Jelani Isom. He's got 9.
You know what? He scored when it counted. I mean, he's been a little bit. He's not real strong with the ball right now, but he's big and needs to be on the floor. But right there was a big one for Stilton.
That'll be the second foul on Steele. Third team foul this half.
There's a little lull in that Middletown scoring right now. It looks like a couple guys tired.
I said on Steel, I meant on Middletown. So shot is up and good by Isom. Foul against Plummer. Side it comes to Hughes, and Hughes is going to get called for the walk. Tough pass to make, Todd. You were right there with it, right in close space that time.
It was a close space. Now, you see Middletown trying to get the overload, but it was tough, and he was already moving. He was out of control, Hughes was.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. 2:49 to go in the third quarter, 41-37. Steel High leads it on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
No regrets.
If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 717-731-1142.
2:49 to go. Steel High leads at 41-37 over Middletown. And Raiders are in here pressing hard. Steel High breaks it for the moment. Have to get it across the half-court line. There it is. Tater. Amik Jenkins off the front of the iron. You take it down by Mills. Has it stolen coming out. Stripped away by Malachi Young. And the Rollers have it back. Looking for Cater, posted up.
That's what we talked about at halftime, but not the fadeaway.
That fadeaway again. Good hustle by Steel High. Looks like it might be off Steel High, out of bounds. It'll belong to Middletown. Cater really shooting himself in the foot with that fadeaway tonight. He had a chance to make a good inside move to the basket.
Yes, it is. There's Rick Binder.
Middletown now. Down by 4. Binder just looks like he's been through the mill, doesn't he? 3-2 zone. Every time Ryan Hughes gets in there now, they're pinching on it. Good look for the foul line. Buried by Trey Leach. He steps in with a big two-pointer right there to pull his team back within 2. That's 11 points now for Leach on the night.
Kyle Truesdale playing some hard defense out there for Middletown, inserted into the game.
Foul is called on Truesdale. That'll be his second. Team third. Both teams with 3 team fouls here in the third quarter. Flowers lets it go again. That one a little quick that time, but he made a lot of those in the first half. You can't really doubt him.
Well, coming up between the third and the fourth quarter, we're going to get a chance to see Todd McCall in the Giant student section. He'll be with the Steel High cheerleaders.
I see Todd down there. Looks like he's working on his moves right now.
I'm just getting ready to be with the Steel High Rollers. They're some of my favorite cheerleaders in the area, and they're going to help me with the cheer here coming up for the Giant food section.
Well, I understand they're going to give you one of their outfits as well. Is that right?
I don't think you want to see me.
That is not a pretty picture. No. Here's a long look downtown. Ryan Hughes puts his team back on top. Hughes coming up big here tonight.
That's
13 points.
That's a college jump shot, Gary.
Big time. Got 2 college jump shots out here tonight with Flowers and Hughes.
Yeah, absolutely. But Hughes gives you that 6'3" big wing shooting guard look. You can clearly see him playing that position at almost any level. I think he gets some weight on him. I think he could play in the Patriot League, a kid like that, especially as gritty as he is.
He had a box and one on Flowers that time, and Leach covering Flowers wasn't letting him even smell the ball. Here's Mills, 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. 42-41, Middletown leads, and we got another good one here. Rick Bider says, bring it out just a little bit. No, maybe not. Just sit back. Now you start to go in about 11 seconds. Here you go. Gives you a chance for a shot, maybe an offensive rebound if you miss. Great block by Isom. Picked up by Middletown. Dumped off to Hughes. He lets it go to end the quarter. Buries it! Ryan Hughes. 16 points. 4-point lead for Middletown. We head to the fourth. It's High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Are we coming back? Are they?
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law. But more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
At the Recycling Center, Dauphin County residents can recycle older broken TVs, computers, cell phones, laptops, major appliances, even paper.
The Recycling Center is conveniently located on Cameron Street in Harrisburg. It makes recycling fast, safe, and simple.
Stop by the Dauphin County Recycling Center today and help us recycle the right way.
Hey, this is my favorite cheerleading section right here, the Steel High Rollers. Only number one, followed by a close second, is the Harrisburg-Courier cheerleaders, but I got to give it to the Steel High Roller cheerleaders tonight. They are my number one cheerleading section on High School Sports Live, guys. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Thank you.
I want to see a cheer, Todd.
Well, we head to the fourth. Let's take a look at Todd here. I like his moves, though. He's very smooth, isn't he? We head to the fourth. Middletown leads it by 4. Still in that zone right now.
And that's paying off for Middletown right now. At one point, Steelton's going to have to get out on that.
There's a long miss from Hughes. Steel High with a chance to get right back into it. Man, these leads have been going back and forth very quickly. Only 3 turnovers in that third quarter for Middletown. Only 1 for Steel High. Good basketball.
Well,
Steel High, though, look at that. 3 out of 6 from the free throw line. For Steel High, nothing out of 4.
Wow.
You know, Charlie, you mentioned at one point, if you're Stilton, when do you come out of that zone? When you got Hughes down there drilling those threes like that.
Second foul on Leach. Ball belongs to Steel High right here.
And how about Cater being a little quiet? Look to see if Cater, this will be a fourth quarter for Cater.
There's Cater. Finally goes to the basket. Can't get it to go. Cater is shut out so far tonight. Hughes. Pass to Mills. Back to Hughes. Stolen away by Isom. Isom leads it out for Cater. Cater tries to tip it ahead to Flowers, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds by Mills, racing back after the mistake. Boy, Cater is just having a tough time getting on track here tonight. Tim Cater, who averages 15 points a game for the Rollers, scoreless so far this evening.
He's not getting any shots in the rhythm that he's used to.
Isom, what a smooth move. There's Cater again going up strong. Not going to get it again. Just not lucky there. Yanked down.
Steel High's only down 4, Gary,
Yep.
and Cater hasn't got going. If he gets going, that could be their deciding factor in winning this game. Middletown's going to have to keep some offense going to try to keep their momentum going.
We got a foul in the backcourt. Will be against Amik Jenkins. Jenkins, that should be his second, team fourth. So both teams with 14 fouls here in the second half. Hughes posted up down there on Flowers. They got what they want. Marakovic, great drive by Marakovic. He saw it the whole way. Marakovic slides on through. He's got a deuce, his first of the game.
Big
6-point lead for the Raiders.
Big old shot from Middletown, right when you needed it.
Here comes Flowers, lifted up, not a good shot that time. Look at Malachi Young, a good dump off, and he got Cater coming down the lane, and Cater gets Cater 2 with a great assist. He's got a deuce. Timeout on the floor. 5:59 to go. 4-point lead for Middletown on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
Advanced Hoops will be hosting AAU tryouts starting this February. Tryouts will be conducted for 4th through 12th grade teams. Advanced Hoops will also be offering 3D training for those looking to add new dimensions to their game this offseason. For more information, go to advancedhoops.com or give a call to 717-657-2620. Welcome back to roller country, Steel High's gym, where it's a 4-point lead right now for the Middletown Blue Raiders. Let's head down to Todd McCall.
Well, I was in the roller huddle, and Coach Bonner said one or two things. One, we're missing too many easy shots. Two, somebody's got to pick the ball up. On that last Markovich scored, no one picked him up. There was no help side at all, and he got on him about it.
Not going to go. Leach wanted the foul call. Look at the hustle right here. Is it going to be tipped out of bounds? It's going to be off Middletown. Leach still trying to argue his case there. So here's Cater to inbound the ball.
Chris Satterley is not happy there. He felt like Leach forced the turnover, not made the turnover.
Jenkins gets it back. A little push there. Got away with it. Mills. Good no call with the official there.
Yeah, they usually don't call it unless it makes a difference.
Oh, and Leach gets called for the fouls. He thought he had taken it away from Flowers. And for Leach, got to be a little careful. That's his third foul. Early here in the fourth quarter, we'll get another timeout on the floor. A 30-second variety will take one as well. It's High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Welcome back. 47-43 timeout here. Don't forget, we've got our OSS Health post-game report coming up with our Capital Region Insurance Agencies playing the game. And our Hoffman Ford player of the game still out ahead. Let's get down to Todd McCall.
I stayed on this side again one more time, and here's what we're saying. When you're a roller, you hear this from Coach Bonner a lot. Don't get out-hustled. Don't get out-hustled. And I think that made a difference in that last time out. He told his guys to get after a little bit, and they got the loose ball battle. And every crucial ball right now, every possession is important.
Steel High has 3 timeouts left. Middletown with 4. Good look by Isom. Isn't going to go. That really wasn't his shot. Jenkins with another one off the iron. Pulled down by Leach. So Middletown ducks 2 shots right there. Gets the rebound. 5:12 to go. In this one, they have a 4-point lead. Marakovich buries it. Marakovich. A 2 and a 3 in the last 4 possessions. Back up to 7 points it goes for Middletown.
There was a lot of talk before the game about how this young man can get going, and now you're seeing why there was a lot of talk about it.
Just drive to the basket. Nice job by Jenkins. Going to the basket hard, and Jenkins in for 2. He's got 4. And Mills sneaks in behind the defense going back. Mills. 15 in this one. There goes Isom. Isom manages to not draw the foul, and Isom goes up and in for 2. He's got 5 points. Marakovich. A little too late. He had a 2-on-1 and waited just a little too long to drop that pass off.
If Middletown can keep a 4 or 5 point lead inside 3 minutes here, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Satterley takes the strategy of trying to hold the ball and get fouled and try to win this game from the foul line.
Steel High's last lead was at 38-37 at the 3:32 mark of the third quarter. They're down by 5 right now. They have the ball. Ramsey. And Ramsey draws the foul from Rakovich. Getting ready to try to get another player into the game is young Truesdale. Kyle Truesdale waiting at the scorer's bench. So at the line, Jayshun Ramsey, 57% free throw shooter. Ramsey's not been there yet tonight, and he makes it count. Ramsey with 4 points. Pulls the Rollers back within 4. 4:08 to go in this one. Ramsey's second shot up and good. 5 points for Ramsey. 3-point lead for Middletown. Steel High pressing. And they're going to throw it away. Young picks it off. Over the top it goes. Then Hughes picks it off. They got a 3-on-1 break here. Hughes has it. Disses it away to Marakovich. He steps out. He lets it go. Marakovich in and out. Kept alive by Truesdale, but picked off by Ramsey. Here comes Cater. Cater goes up hard. Cater has it blocked at the end by Mills. Tyreek Mills raced back down in transition, and look at this. And that is a great block from that angle.
Yep.
Todd McCall, what do you see?
It was an amazing athletic play. I tell you what, he made himself 6'6", 6'7" with that jumping ability.
That might be our play of the game. Who knows?
Yep, I like that block for the play of the game. That was an athletic play, getting back down in transition.
I mean, he stopped a potential one-point game right there.
3-point lead with 3:24 to play. Marakovic has it.
Well, Middletown has to just take care of the basketball and not necessarily rush here.
Hughes has got it. Malachi Young came out a little too hard and committed, and then he's going to reach around coming back. It's really interesting here in the second half. They've had Jashawn Ramsey and Jenkins handling the ball, where Malachi Young handled it almost exclusively in the first half. Here's Leach. We talk about three-pointers. Steele high, nothing out of 6 in the second half. There's Mills again. Mills slithering through for the deuce. Mills, 17 points. There's Flowers. He's been quiet for a while. Flowers misses. 29 in the game for Flowers, but he has not seen the ball very much in the second half here. Todd?
This is where Middletown, I think, wants to try to hold the ball.
Now, Middletown back to their flex, but Flowers had a good look there. I would let him take it. I mean, that was a good shot.
Oh, I wasn't criticizing the shot. I think it's a good shot.
No, I know. I was just saying that was a darn good shot.
You know, it was almost like it was 2 over. Here's Cater with the steal. Cater. Mills again. Mills can't get him this time, and Cater is in for 2. Timeout. Rick Binder, 54-51. Middletown leads it on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Today's professional skill tip, I will be teaching the offensive jab step, where a player catches the ball and aggressively pivots facing the basket while jabbing into a shooting position. The jab is meant to create momentum into a game speed shot to set up a player with a fake and a long step toward the basket. The jab should be quick and the second step long enough to step past the defender. This move should be practiced going right and left. Repetition will create a quicker step over time. The jab step is a key fundamental every player will learn in my classes.
Don't forget our OSS Health postgame report coming up after the game. Capital Region Insurance Agency's play of the game and the Hoffman Ford player of the game. Let's get down to Todd McCall. He was over at the Middletown huddle. Todd?
Well, Coach Chattel was very, very straightforward. Run through our flex offense. We do not have to score. They have to come out. Well, it depends on what happens here getting the ball in, but they can be patient with it. If they foul, hit your foul shots. That was basically straightforward instruction.
Get it to Hughes. Can't trap him, but Hughes is going to get fouled by Flowers. For Flowers, that'll be his 3rd foul.
I mean, guys, Middletown knows, really even still knows what's at stake. 3-way tie in the Capital Division. Winners are made at the foul line.
And tough road wins, if you can get them. There's a nice isolation. They got one-on-one there. Hughes up and under. Hughes in for 2. Good play. Hughes gets it.
Wow, he's very crafty and sleeky around the basket.
18 points in the game now for Josh Hughes. Ramsey downtown won't go. Fought over it. Hughes had it. He's going to get it back out. Good save by Plummer. Hughes up. Hughes, they're going to get him for. No, he's going to score. Hughes made it to switch the other hand and went in with his left hand.
I think the replay would confirm that was a good call. I know it looks like a charge, but let's check it out.
Todd, you had the call right there in front of you. What do you do?
I don't know. I might take that back and say I might like that as a charge.
I thought it was a charge all the way. I thought he established good position and got under him.
I'll tell you what I saw.
He was already there waiting. That's a charge.
I saw Flowers already falling. I think that's what the officials saw.
Okay. But if he wouldn't have started falling, maybe they call that a charge.
I think you might be right, Charlie. There's Hughes. Up, not going to go. Pulled down by Ramsey. 1:37 to go. 7-point lead by Middletown. Ramsey up. Tough bucket by Jashawn Ramsey.
They call him Bear for a reason.
He's got 7.
He plays like a bear.
They're keeping it in Hughes' hands, and that's a good thing because he's going to go to the line. Ryan Hughes, who picked up his 1,000th point tonight, probably will give those back and we can get a good, tough win here this evening. Todd McCall, he's been a workhorse here for Middletown this evening.
Yeah, once he got that 1,000-point thing out of the way, he was here to win this game tonight. Great leadership.
Looking for point 21 right here and gets it.
I tell you, is this just setting up, depending on what happens, just setting up some wonderful things in the Capitol coming up.
Oh, man. We had that barn burner of a game the other week with Milton Hershey. They got their first lead of the game in the last bucket. Hughes misses the second one. 6 points down right now for Steel High. They've got the ball, 1:22 to go. Big possession here. Flowers looking to go one-on-one. Flowers can't get it. Isom taps it up, not going to go. Hughes has got it. Now you got to think about fouling if you're Steel High, because they're not going to take a shot here. There's the foul. Ramsey fouling Hughes, and Hughes has a chance to make it a 3-possession game here. Todd McCall.
Well, I knew that Hughes wasn't going to give that ball up, and I think that Coach Tell and coaching staff's like, keep it in your hands. He's the guy you want at the foul line.
He's got 21 right here. And you think about our Hoffman Ford player of the game, and they're going to say, step in early, Plummer. Hughes loses the bucket. And they said Plummer was on the line or stepped in early.
Yeah, he stepped in early. It's a good call. Now it gives Stilton the ball back, down 6.
Timeout for Rick Binder right here. Let's keep it right here. A 6-point lead for Middletown. Steel High is going to get the ball. Boy, a big mistake there, Charlie.
Yeah, it was. Let's see how Steel High handles this and if they can take advantage of this opportunity.
They're down 2 long possessions here, what we call threes, or 3 short possessions. Any way you look at it, they got to get some points. Todd McCall?
Well, 105. I'll tell you what, 105 is a lot on the clock right now down. That's 2 possessions in a game like this. And there's a little bit of lull in the crowd. And, I think right now we'll see what Stilton comes out with.
Well, that was about to become an exclamation point in the sentence with a 3-possession lead and 1:05 to go. But instead, it's now a big question mark there, and Steel High's got the ball. And you got to think they're drawing up something maybe with Flowers involved.
I've seen more mysterious things happen in this gym before. It goes way back. There's Eddie Albert.
Well, the three-pointer has been a big factor here tonight. 3 out of 7 in the first half for Steel High. In the second half, nothing out of 8. So they're down 3, so you might want to try for the 2s. That hasn't worked out too well in the second half of the Trey. You got the Rollers making some noise now. Cater will inbound it. Middletown pressing. There's Flowers with the ball. Flowers and Mills, the matchup. Flowers lets it go. Long downtown. Not going to go. Malachi Young gets it. Malachi Young puts it back in. Big points for Young. Young with his 6th point of the game. Here comes Hughes. Hughes back. Hughes misses the layup. Steel High gets it back. Jenkins has got it. All the way down it goes. Mills steals it back. Now you can play the clock. 4-point lead. 2-possession lead right now for Middletown. Mills hanging on to it. You don't want to get a 5-second call here. You got to watch it. Jay-Sean Ramsey hits it from behind. Todd, you were right there.
But there was a couple things going on here. One, I thought it was a walk call. Should have been Stilton ball. They got it back. Ball's fumbling around. I don't know. Do you foul right there? I think that's probably a good thing to do right there. Try to go for the steal. No foul. So I think it is a Middletown ball, guys.
It's going to be Middletown ball. Officials getting together. 4-point lead. And not very much time to go here. The clock you see running right now is the clock left in a timeout.
I'm surprised they didn't foul Hill right away and put him on the foul line, let so much time go off the clock.
Yeah, well, I think you're right. And I think, they had what they wanted, though, Charlie, before that. They got the steal they wanted.
So 59-55. Like one of the longest timeouts in history, I think.
Yeah. Tell you what, a lot like the girls' game. Ended very similarly.
Now the girls' game ended up 66-58. Middletown winning that one in a little bit of a mild upset, I guess you might say. And right now, Middletown trying to return the favor that Steel High paid them when they beat them in Middletown. 82-72. And there's Ryan Hughes in off the set piece. There it is. 6-point. Hughes with 23 points. And the putback, Lockett is going to go in. 4-point lead. And Leach is going to get fouled. And that's probably the guy you want to foul, but not enough time left, you don't think, with a 2-possession game already. Todd?
Yeah, I think Stilton had some opportunities and just missed on it. How about a great call coming out of that? Call the timeout. Middletown comes with a set. Nobody's watching. Great coaching move. That right there is why Middletown's looking like they're going 7-1 in the division. Great call by Coach Sattel.
Set piece as Leach continues to struggle at the free throw line. Three out of 6 there so far tonight, make it 3 out of 7 now. Still a 4-point lead. Just don't want to foul here if you're Middletown. Jay-Sean Ramsey lets it go. He buries it. 1 point. 61-60. Timeout, Rick Binder. So you have 1 second left. Charlie, all you got to do is get this in bounds.
Yes.
We'll take a break. We're going to come right back. It's 61-60 here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
(61-60). Middletown leads it. You've got 1.3 seconds left on the clock. I don't know. I think I throw this deep. And they do. And the clock is going to tick out, and that is it. Ramsey trying to get it from Hughes. 61-60. Middletown wins it. They go to 11-2 overall, 6-1. They keep pace in their division for first place. For Steel High, a tough one here tonight. 5-7 overall, 4-5 now in the Mid-Penn Capital. We'll take a break. We'll come back for the OSS Health post-game report. And we'll feature our Capital Region Insurance Agency's play of the game. It was a defensive one tonight. And then our Hoffman Ford player of the game. All here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Archie Smith, our speed and agility expert.
The block jumping drill is meant to develop the fast-twitch jumping muscles in a young player's legs. This drill forces a player to jump constantly and should be fast-paced while clearing the block every time. Players will develop explosive jumping skills doing this, and it trains a player's body to jump quicker and have the endurance needed to jump in game situations.
The block jumping drill is one fundamental a player will learn in my class.
Welcome back to our OSS Health post-game report, and we want to check in with Todd McCall, who's with our Hoffman Ford player of the game. He's on the floor.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm with the Hoffman Ford player of the game, Ryan Hughes. Ryan, 23 points tonight. Your team hasn't won here since 1969. Now you're keeping pace at 7-1 in the Capital. Talk about tonight getting 1,000 points, by the way. You were 9 shy, had 23, so you took care of that. But talk about what your team did here tonight. Great victory.
Our team, we just play hard, play smart, and play together. And I'm just glad we could win here for the first time in a while. And I just want to give a shout-out to my teammates for everything they do for me. and helping me reach 1,000 points. And they just pushed me in practice, pushed me in the game to be my best, and I'm just thankful for them.
You know, there was one crucial play, Coach Chatelli. You guys, game close, less than a minute to play. You go to a timeout. You guys come in with a set play, and you get it to put the explanation on the point. So what a great call.
Yeah, Coach Chatelli sets us up to win the games, and I'm glad he's our coach. He's one of the best around, and I'm just glad he set us up for this win.
All right, now you got 1,000 points. Your team is 7-1. You know, staying pace with Trinity and Milton Hershey. There's going to be some excitement in the Capital Division. But what I want to ask you right now, if Huffman Ford was to give you a car, would you want a car or that new, beautiful 150 Ford? What do you want, a truck or car?
Oh, I don't know. Probably a truck.
Oh, another truck guy. I mean, spoken just like me. Ryan Hughes is a truck man, 1,000-point scorer. And, you know, more importantly, tonight he gets his 1,000-point. We'll go back to the bench, guys, right now. This is our Huffman Ford player of the game. 23 points for Ryan Hughes tonight and 1,000 points. Gary?
23 points for Ryan Hughes tonight. You can't go out of the evening without mentioning Jarvay Flowers with a 29-point outburst for Steel High today. He carried that team for a long, long time. But it's time to look at our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. And this was a huge one because it stopped the layup on the other end. Tyreer Mills, watch this, racing down the court against Cater, and blocks the shot away. I mean, he made a mistake on the one end, and it shows never stop hustling. And look at that. Clean as a whistle. That's our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. Charlie, final thoughts on this one tonight. This was a good game.
No, it was. And I thought Steel High came out, played a lot harder in the second half, got other players involved. Credit Middletown for just doing what they needed to do to win this game on the road. And, hey, there's 48 years without a win here. It's bound to that tradition to be broken, and hats off to Middleton. Middletown won both tonight. Steel High represented well overall. I know the Rollers don't want to leave here without a win, but hats off to the Middletown folks.
Well, Middletown figured out how to win again in basketball, and winning here and winning on the road is a huge one. So as you said, they keep pace now with Trinity and Milton Hershey in the Capital Division. I want to thank a lot of people tonight. Ryan Schipper, who did all of our hard work here this evening. And, of course, we got a little bit off Carlisle there. It's a CAR, but Carlisle against Harrisburg coming up at the Commonwealth. That'll be our next game coming up on Tuesday, and we're looking forward to that one in the Commonwealth, the big division. So we go
we got some big ones coming up, boy, I'll tell you.
Just great basketball. So thanks to Ryan Schipper tonight for all his prep. Thank you so much to Chad Edwards and the whole Invicta crew here tonight, to Todd McCall doing the work on the floor. Also, thanks again to Charlie Fortney, the founder of the Feast here, and great job here with a color commentator job tonight. We head off for this evening. Again, 61-60 here in the second one tonight. Middletown wins a thriller. 66-58 the opener. Middletown wins that one too, and kind of an upset. Now let's head off and see what they're doing with this 3-star program.